China's zero-tolerance COVID policy strikes again.
Peking University is locked down after authorities found one COVID-19 case. Students and faculty are not allowed to leave the grounds unless necessary. And for one campus, classes have been moved to online through Friday. Beijing has reported more than 350 new cases in the latest 24-hour period. That's a small fraction of the city's 21 million population, but enough to trigger localized lockdowns and quarantines. Nationwide, China reports about 20,000 COVID cases this week. That's up from last week's roughly 8,000 new cases. I'm Donna Warder.
Toyota has unveiled the latest version of its gas-electric Prius hybrid. Swapping out the older battery for newer technology, it will result in almost double the horsepower, quicker acceleration, and 50% longer range. Townhall.com. Target reporting an uptick in third-quarter sales while posting a 52% drop in profit.
The retailer was forced to further discount its merchandise to entice inflation-squeezed customers. Given the current environment, Minneapolis-based Target lowered its sales and profit outlooks for the fourth quarter, which includes the critical holiday season. The discounter also said that it will be slashing expenses for a total savings of $2 to $3 billion over the next 3 years.
Correspondent Jeremy House says Target executives insist the cuts will not include layoffs or hiring freezes. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has officially declared an invasion underway along the southern border. It's a declaration that will allow the state to step up its efforts to secure that wide-open border. Abbott invoking the invasion clauses of the U.S. and the Texas constitutions. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat.
Yeah, come on. I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Yep.
Welcome.
Wednesday.
Chile. Although less chilly than yesterday.
It was a little warmer this morning. It was like 34 degrees when I woke up. Yesterday it was 20 or 28.
Yeah, so it's a smidge warmer. So.
This is my morning routine. As I wake, my eyes burst open. I grab my phone. I look at what time it is. And I look at what the temperature is.
Burnt toast and coffee time.
That's right.
7:02. But happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Hope it, these are those mornings you're like, oh, you sure you want to get out of bed? No.
I don't think I want to do this.
These covers are awful cozy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, but happy Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
If you've gotten out of bed, you've done the hard part.
That's right. Half the battle is over.
If not, you could do it.
Inject caffeine into your veins and get at it.
Yeah, if you're up, if maybe your alarm just went off and you get to hear Sean and I, if that's the case.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
Oh, no, nothing makes me madder than when somebody tries to wake me up sweetly.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, get out.
No, well, neither way is desirable.
I'm good just me waking me up.
Right, but if you have to wake someone up, there is the pulling the blankets off the bed or pulling you off the bed or whatever. Generally, that's not the first move most people do, unless Although, compared to my wakings up in basic, it don't bother me so much. I literally had the Full Metal Jacket with the trash can coming through beating.
Yeah, that's a rough wake up. Cold water, rough wake up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of rougher wake ups than a sweet wake up. But
people yelling at you like at 0400.
That's why I always try just like a normal, just across the board wake up. It's like, Rhiannon, wake up. Come on, sweetie. It's time to get up.
Yeah.
One of those.
And that works.
It seems to. So I lucked out in that my daughter is very much like me. And when she's up, she's up. It's just, okay, what are we doing now?
Okay.
She's not like groggy or. Now I say that most of the time she's not very groggy.
Get back to me here in a few years when she's a teenager.
Fair enough. My son, on the other hand, is very, very much like his mother in that he's going to need about an hour of nobody talking to him, nobody making any jokes towards him because he's not going to get it and it's just going to make him mad. That's just going to start a fight.
Yeah.
So just leave him be, let him get his wake up on, and then we can talk.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Interestingly, he's very sweet in the morning. Like he likes to snuggle up and cuddle and stuff. But he still needs his time.
Right.
It's not going to be like play mode.
He can't jump out of bed and start his day.
Right.
He needs a gradual build up too. All right. Now what do we got?
Yeah, he's kind of very much not before my coffee.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have a few rude awakenings as he gets older because not every day is going to end up like that.
No, it is not.
But however you get up. Welcome to it. Have a happy Wednesday here. It is a little chilly.
'Tis.
In case you have not heard, we announced officially yesterday that the Roswell Coyote football game this Saturday, the semifinal playoff matchup, is a take on Piedra Vista, which will take place at 1 p.m. at the Wool Bowl. We do have permission to video stream it, so we will be able to not only bring it to you here on 106.5, but live streaming video, ksvptv.com. So we'll have our pregame get underway about 12:45. Kickoff will be about 1 p.m., assuming everything starts on time, which usually does.
Yeah, usually things tend to work out pretty well.
It's not like
especially for Saturday games.
Yeah, it's not like a tournament for volleyball or basketball or something where once they get to the playoffs, it's like, well, we got to wait for 4 more games before ours happens. So.
I really prefer the idea of the Saturday game. It sort of takes a little bit of the pressure off.
Some coaches love it, some don't. It depends on like some coaches want to keep the routine the same each week. And we'll all have a semblance of that, don't get me wrong, but some have a playoff schedule, some have a regular, but because it's a philosophy thing, because some coaches like to play on Fridays, others because they want to keep the routine the same, and others like the extra day.
Now, I've never played sport ball, so I don't know the rules and stuff. But so I'm wondering, is it like when you're throwing the ball, do the stadium lights does that make the ball easier to see than when you're doing it in, say, for example, the daytime? Like if you're on like a day like today where it's a little gray outside, is it a little harder to see the ball in the daytime than it would be at night? I mean, I'm not sure of the sheen on the ball.
It just depends. Sometimes it's easy, just the angles. It's if it hits a certain area and you're looking up and it's right into one of those lights, and you're going to lose it just like any other.
Like for example, I've watched footage of the Fog Bowl, and that was a largely ground played game.
Yeah,
because they're not going to huck a ball up into dense fog.
It is hard to see.
So
yes.
You just got to imagine: is this going to affect the game itself? You think they're going to stay largely on the ground, or
nah, not at 1 o'clock. If it was like a 6 o'clock game or 7, I don't think so. I don't think it really matters so much to him whether it's daylight or under the lights.
Just no dawn or dusk.
Stuff. Yeah. The only way that's a real problem is like you said, if it's snowing or fog or raining or something like that. But yes, you could lose the ball in the lights just as easily as you could in a sunspot or something like that. So it doesn't. It's apples and oranges. So
well, good luck, Coyotes. Go get them.
That's right.
All the way to state.
And then, of course, happening at that same moment, the Bulldogs and Deming will be squaring off in the other semifinal matchup. That will take place same time, but in Deming. We have radio-only coverage of that game.
Yep.
on 990 AM and 93.7 FM. Audio only at ksvptv.com. The CATZ, C-A-T-Z network, which they bring Deming football games to the folks in Deming. They have purchased the rights. So if I'm not trying to steer you away from but if you absolutely need to see video of the Artesia game, the CATZ, C-A-T-Z, they got a YouTube channel, Deming Wildcats. If you look that up, you'll be able to find it, and they'll be streaming that game.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll have just radio for the Artesia and then radio video for Roswell here.
Nice.
So.
Fun fact, the Roswell Coyotes beat Piedra Vista in 2001 to win the state championship. I was actually at that game. We were down by like 20 some odd points in the third quarter, and we pulled off a come from behind victory against the Panthers. It was an amazing game.
Oh, okay.
Because we were all in the dumps. We were for sure we were tanking.
Okay.
And as Roland Glimbine said on the news, Dontrell Moore and 25 seniors never said die, and they made it happen. So it's interesting that how the old rivalries come back and it brings up some memories of days gone by.
Yeah. By the way, if I remember right, because once they get to the semis and the finals, it gets to who owes who scenario in the last time they played each other in a semi or a finals. So how it works out is if Roswell wins, if they end up playing Artesia, that will be in Artesia
at the Bulldog Bowl, right?
And then unfortunately, if I say unfortunately, the only reason I say that because Deming's in Deming. If Deming wins, then the Coyotes have to travel to Deming.
It's a road trip
because of, I think it was it 1974 or something like that? That was the last time the two teams met.
No, it was 2019?
Yeah, it was 2019.
Yeah.
The Artesia one's 74.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. The game this weekend's in Deming because those two squared off in Artesia in 1974. That's what it was. Yeah. So let me give you the rundown for today's show. We do have a full slate for you. Oh, Roy, do you have something?
I don't know if y'all already talked about it, but I heard the Lady Rockets won the championship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I was
congrats
there. I wasn't there. I was here.
Congrats to the Lady Rockets.
You were there in spirit.
We had it on the radio. Yeah, we were right there, and I was listening. Coach Deck was calling us and telling us all about the
wipeout too. That last game, three sets, unanswered.
Yeah, against St. Pius, and that the first game went like 29-27 or something like it went into extra innings, I guess you could say, and Lady Rockets won the championship.
Yeah, I think it's because of those two girls, the Coach Deck's words, the Twin Towers.
Yes.
I think nicknames them, and so.
Well, yeah, them and the whole team. So
sure.
Yeah, they were the one seed, and they did not disappoint. They came in, took care of business. They did what they needed to do, and they lost two games the entire time, and won. In there, what is it? 3 sets, I guess, to get to the championship. There, yeah.
Game 2 was their white whale. And they took it out in the last game.
Yeah, absolutely. So, rundown. That's what I was going to do there. John from Oasis Computer is going to join us here in just a few minutes. He comes by once a month to keep us up to date on technology and talk tech with us. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to have the folks from the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show join us, which is happening out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We'll talk all about that. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we have the folks from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce joining us to give us an update on what's happening out at the Chamber. Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty cold today. We have high pressure over the Texas Panhandle with cool air. We'll be staying in the low 40s for the Roswell area, upper 40s for Carlsbad, and mid 40s in Artesia. And then we may get an isolated shower by later on today. Clearing overnight and down to the mid 20s, and then we're in the mid 50s with plenty of sunshine coming up for Thursday, cloudy Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 30 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 69%. Winds calm at the moment. Another chilly one today. We're not getting out of the 40s. Partly cloudy. 43 for a high today with northeast winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 24 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow's our warm day. We'll be in the 50s tomorrow. Sunny, 56 for a high tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds. Overnight low of 25. South winds around 5 to 15. And then back into cooler temperatures on Friday. They're talking, we might not get to 40. They're talking areas of freezing fog when you wake up Friday morning. Mostly cloudy, high of only 39. Winds will be out of the north, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny, partly cloudy, I should say, back in the mid-40s, 44 for a high there. And then Sunday, we're looking at sunny skies, highs back near 50. And looks like we'll start, maybe next week we might even see a 60. I don't know, but they're talking mid-upper 50s to start next week here. So, all right, it is 7:19. We're going to take a 2-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk with John from Oasis Computers on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
Chimera Independent Physicians offers world-class health care right here in Roswell. With their state-of-the-art facility, your family can receive expert care from many specialty doctors and experts covering oncology, hematology, neurology, rheumatology, endocrinology, primary care, and internal medicine. Lab services, radiology, and infusion center, all without leaving our community. Chimera Independent Physicians, located at 400 Military Heights Place, near the corner of Country Club and Military Heights in Roswell.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor. John runs with us. Nothing runs like a deer. Get a 3 Series tractor with 0% APR for 72 months at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2316.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia or Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Good day. I'm Jessie Jane Hale, the President of Student Council at Burrendale Elementary School. I'm here today to talk about our Turkey Trot fundraiser. The Turkey Trot is to help raise money for end of the school year activities, field trips, and we're especially excited about a rock wall in our gymnasium. Our Turkey Trot will take place November 16th at Burrendale Elementary School. We're accepting donations from sponsors. Their business logos will be on our website. We are also accepting cash or check made out to Burrendale Elementary School PTA. Please help Burrendale Elementary School achieve our goals.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Oasis Computers, John's back with us. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
How's life at the shop this morning?
So far, so good. Little cool, but other than that, it's great.
Yeah. Well, I imagine this is where, because I know electronic devices can give off some heat. As a guy that works in radio here, I know that so I imagine if you fire up enough computers and things in there, you'll warm up pretty quick.
It's a lot better than what it used to be. I mean, they take a lot less energy and do a lot more.
This is true. Yeah, imagine
But
before
still.
you get downright hot in there in the summer sometimes.
No, that building there on 1703 North Garden is just very well built and very insulated.
Very good.
I just turned the heater on Tuesday.
Okay.
First time a heater was on this year.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's really insulated, I think.
Sometimes the older they built better, and the newer, and they built things to last.
Well, this one's been done right because it's always been warm in there.
Good.
It takes a long time before you need to heat it up some.
Well, if you need a few minutes to warm up, bring your computer and come on down, and he'll take care of you.
Right.
Yeah, John joins us once a month, if you're not familiar, and we talk technology, we talk computers, what's kind of going on in the world of technology and computers and things. So that's kind of our focus each and every month here. And of course, if you are in need of computer help, whether it's getting a new computer or trying to resurrect an old one or something in between there, John can help with all of that kind of stuff. So
yep,
absolutely. So now that we're getting into the holiday season here, people are going to start shopping, and of course, you know what happens. Black Friday's coming up here, and we talk about this every year, but maybe we ought to remind folks as we're in that season here. There are some great Black Friday deals when it comes to electronics.
No, yes, definitely.
But buyer beware. It's if you're buying computers and you get one for $200, don't expect it to be able to do hard work functioning things with the software that's in it.
I think that the thing to point out, starting with the holidays coming up, is there's stuff being sold that people think is a computer as they want it, and it's not.
Right.
Because we have one item being sold that has Windows, what is it called now? No, it slipped away. Windows in S mode.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard about it or whatever.
I've heard a little bit about it, yeah.
And I have a good way of explaining it. Windows in S mode gets only programs from the store, from the Microsoft store.
Gotcha.
You can't just install something else on it that you normally use to install.
You got to use their...
What is supposed to be safer, and it probably is, and it has some other benefits, it probably does, but it's not why people buy their computer. They want Windows to run. So the box says Windows on it, in S mode. What you can't really, it's like, okay, it's got Windows on it, but in S mode, I guess that's fine,
So if you don't mind going all Microsoft and doing all Microsoft and using...
No, I don't think that's quite the problem, the issue, because you don't want to do all Microsoft. You want to install QuickBooks on it, for instance.
Sure.
And you don't want to do the QuickBooks Online. Well, on S mode, you can't do that.
Gotcha.
So there's other examples for that. This just come to mind.
Sure.
But, anything you normally would want to put on it, it doesn't work. And that's why people buy Windows, because they know that will work with my stuff at least.
Right.
It may be changed. It may be different. It may be something else again. It may have some problems. But it does what I need to do. At least it used to. So if I buy Windows, I'm good.
So this S
is
mode
Windows
locks
in
them out.
S mode. And that's not clear. So my argument has been, I'm fine with that. It is safer. It is better. It does other things. But it's not Windows, really.
Sure.
It's Windows in S mode.
Yeah.
What means that it doesn't run the regular programs you want. Now, most of them, no, not all of them, you can revert back to regular Windows Home.
Okay.
So you have to go to the Microsoft store. You have to have a Microsoft account, and then you can it doesn't cost anything, whatever. So that's partly the good thing about it.
So you can unlock it.
My argument would be if they would sell this in the stores like what they do, if they would call this new Windows, call it a new Windows if you want.
Windows Classic and Windows New.
They would call it Microsoft Doors. You get it? Windows Doors. Everybody would stop and go, what is Doors?
Yeah.
But you look at it, it says Windows, must do what I want to do.
Sure.
If it says Doors, it's like, well, what is Doors?
Right.
Let me check up on that.
Of course, they make a lot of money on the assumption that people think it's regular Windows. I mean, how? Because
at least you can move it up to. Yeah. But I want to warn people for that doesn't do it. Now the next thing is that this is done in general on low end machines. And I don't know if we remember the Chromebook, and then we had the Windows equivalent of that. That was a low-end, lousy machine with no power.
Yeah.
Couldn't do everything. Well, this is part of the whole system still. Most of these in S mode are low-end machines, and then many of them have only 64 gigabytes of memory in it.
Gotcha.
Soldered on board because they're low-end and cheap.
Which means they're not upgradable.
Right.
Yeah.
And the memory soldered on board on those things. So you find those things around $200 and up and maybe even a little lower.
Sure.
But then they try to sell it to me because it doesn't do what it wants to do.
Right. And you're like, I can't do anything with this.
No, it's worthless to me too because that's why we warn.
It's about as good as recycling it for the parts.
Well, you can't only get parts off of it because they're all stuck on the board.
I didn't know the metals and everything might be worth money.
Let's put it in the recycle bin. No, the machine is from one point of view, it's a modern components in it.
Sure.
But not enough. You know, it's like putting your lawnmower engine in your car and
Sure.
you're going like, it doesn't do very good.
And then expecting it to do 75 on the highway.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And to me, it's a waste of effort, money, power, everything.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we buy other things to do low-end stuff with. You can use a tablet, your phone, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, the only scenario I could possibly see is someone may be okay with it is if literally it's just a person that gets on Facebook once a day, you know, maybe send some emails, something. They don't do anything other than rudimentary.
Yeah, but most people, you know, either people
computer.
are stuck in the old computer.
Sure.
Mind, mode, whatever.
Yeah.
But most people start doing this stuff on a phone, on a tablet.
Sure.
Some people like a computer because screen a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Low-end computer is fine for that, but I think that most people that go out for a computer, they have in mind to do something more that Windows does, whatever
Sure.
that is.
Like a family budget or something.
Whatever thing it is.
Yeah.
And they have some perception of what it should be, what it should do, and these machines can't do that. So it's, you know, buy a Chromebook if you want to just be online.
Sure.
And I think we're at the point where we're going to be more and more online, do more of that, and slowly it doesn't matter what machine you really use.
Sure.
But there will be always some stuff left that we do on site. We want to keep it to ourselves. It doesn't need to go on the internet. And that's going by the wayside, I would say. Everybody wants you on their system as your member of Microsoft with a Microsoft account, Google account.
Everyone wants you on their team.
Facebook account. Yes, whatever.
Team Apple, Team Google, Team Android, Team Microsoft.
Right, because it makes money. They can route the advertising through that and whatever.
Yeah.
So they're pushing that too hard. It's so bad now that the new Windows 11 came out last year, and it was kind of, it looks different, but it really feels, acts, and does the same as Windows 10. Why? Is it to sell more machines or what? Well, this year, about 2-3 weeks ago, the latest upgrade to Windows 11 came out, the new Windows 11, if you want to call it. And now suddenly all kinds of things are starting to change. It's like, what is this thing over here? What does this do? Well, you know, we already see some problems because it's changed, and then people don't know what they're looking at.
Sure.
And, you know, they have add buttons to it. Some buttons and things you could do are gone. You can't move your taskbar up and through the left, right side, top side. That's gone.
Huh.
But then slowly other things are adding back into it. I hear from Paul Thurrott from the radio show, you know, that he'd been fighting with it. And he's like, yeah, they took a whole bunch of stuff away that was very helpful. And now slowly they're adding it back in. It feels like they're going to get back to where they were to start with.
Well, it sounds like they tried something and people complained, and they said, all right, well, let's put some of that back in.
Well, some stuff has been rewritten. I don't know if it makes the software better, you know, because we have added to it and added to it and added to it. And once in a while, you need to scrap and just start up.
Sure.
But, you know, the old stuff has been kind of run through the mill, and we know that it's good by now, finally, because all the errors and problems and things we have had and fixed.
It's been put through its paces.
If you make something new, it has other problems in it again, of course. So.
Well, that's true in any technology.
Right.
It's not just computers. It's anytime you're pushing an envelope in technology and invention.
The feeling that we have is kind of, I guess, a sign of the times. Just like the election, man, we get tired of this stuff, and then nothing changed, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Microsoft world seems to be similar. Change. And what I hear from the customers that come in, it's literally more like, well, now what? Can you leave it alone for a little while?
Sure. It's
Stuff like that.
I'm just getting used to it. Don't, you know.
Well, I got a feeling that the people that design it, make it, and do it are, you know, 4 or 5 years ahead of us as they designers do it. So they're in this world, and to them, what we just getting now is done.
Sure.
Not old yet, but done.
Sure.
We go on to the next thing.
They're off somewhere else,
right?
And that's not on their radar anymore.
We have still a lot of people that run the older stuff before that, and they had trouble with it, running it. I've had some instances like, what is this new thing? What does it do? I don't understand. I don't get it. 2 or 3 years later, you read some article or get some info somewhere and go, oh, that's good. I can use it. I didn't know that. So then you start using it, and especially if it's a Google product, then you find that, well, nobody's using this, so let's get rid of this.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to use it. You didn't give me enough time to do it, you know. So stuff like that is what I run into. But the general consensus is tiredness of it changed again. And then, I don't know, what's Paul Thurrott, I think, too, on a radio show, on the show that he has. Mm-hmm. He was mentioning something, I think it was him. Let's just keep it the same and make it more streamlined so everything starts looking the same. In Windows, you have 20 different interfaces to copy and paste or whatever. If you pay attention to it, it looks the new style, and the Windows 3.1 style is still side by side showing up in different programs.
Interesting.
And they put up the word for it. It's like, now, get a 12, 13, 14-year-old Macintosh in front of you, a Mac, and put the new one next to it. How much different is it? It's different, but very, very little. It's basically, if you look at the both at first glance, they're the same. They're not, but, stuff in the same place, stuff more or less acts the same. So sometimes we want a little bit more stability, maybe.
Sure. Well, you want, and this is human nature. We want the latest, the greatest, the ability to do everything. But we want it in a package that looks like something that we can relate to and are familiar with.
You got a point there. I think what's happening is that computers were the new thing, 40 years ago, started coming in, and people were like, what can you do with it?
Right.
And had no idea, and then some people figured out they could play a game with it, another figured out you could do the bookkeeping with it. Spreadsheets, that's a good thing if you're an accountant or something like that.
Look at this, we'll manage the household
program
finances.
that. So then it got more mainstream. That's to be used for communications a lot, internet stuff, whatever, talking to your friend somewhere, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so we got into the point where it's different for different people, of course, but this is what I use it for. It works great for me. Don't mess with it.
Right.
And then they mess with that, and now you're not productive no more because you come in and it needs to do this, and it's different, and you need to learn. Big business hates it.
And just when you have it down, they switch it again.
Yeah, big business hates it. They don't want to move. You get, your 200 workers in. They go sit in front of the computer. The new Windows 11 has arrived. And it's like, what do I do now?
Right.
So there is 2 days of inproductivity that everybody has to get the hang of it, what it does.
Yeah.
The other thing is all the updates that have to reboot it again. You come in the morning. Okay, I'm in a hurry. I had the radio show. Let me wait a minute. I turn my computer on. It's already 8 o'clock, and now it needs to reboot. 5 minutes gone, and customers standing in line. I need my, that shouldn't happen.
Right.
Not that way, anyway, and not that often.
We should be at a point where it's smoother than this.
Right. Of course, if you're lucky, it waits 5 minutes to update. Then it reboots, and then it don't work at all no more.
Yeah.
We see that, too. And it's like, I got work done on this thing, okay?
Yeah, it's at a point now where you see there's an update for your computer, and it used to be like, oh, cool, let's see what we're going to get. Now it's like, oh, no.
Not again.
What's this mean?
I have the Ring doorbell showing on a screen, and that's basically all that thing does. It just shows what's going on a little bit. And I like that. It sits there, and then you come in, and it's rebooted, and you got to start. It doesn't automatically go back to where the cameras are. You need to log back in. You need to do this. You need to do that. So you get it all set up, and then you go, okay, it works again. Are there more updates? Let me check. Oh, there's more. Well, let me get done with that. Then it reboots again, and you got to set it back up again, and you got to start over again. Does it. And then you go, okay, I'm good. I checked for updates. I double-checked. And there's no more, it says. The next morning, come in, and guess what?
There's some more updates for you.
You got to do it again.
Somebody needs to keep their job over there.
And then you start going like, okay, is it working now? Yes, it is. Oh, good. You get just about a little used to it. Been working for 2.5 weeks now. Oh, maybe we're lucky. It stays on. Oh, no.
Just when you think you're out of the woods. But as we were kind of saying here with the Black Friday deals and stuff, if you're looking for new computers and stuff, that S mode on these Windows now, make sure, if you're looking at it, you see a computer.
Make sure you understand what S mode means. Yes. If not, call me, ask me, whatever.
But if you're trying to do certain things with this computer, beware that you're probably not going to be able to do it once it's in S mode.
Right. In my opinion, depending on what you do with it, the Celeron that's out is not too bad, but it's the low end. In my opinion, the computer that we use on our desk, like we're using them, or on a laptop, should have an i3 in it as the lowest processor. Should have a minimum of 8 gigabytes right now. 4 will work, but 8 is better.
Sure.
And it should have, at least 120 gigabytes of storage memory in it. I like 240, 250. That seems to work for 90% of my customers. 120 works for 60% of the customers. But that seems to run out. People don't store much anymore. Anywhere between 48 seems to be on the low end, up to 80 gigabytes. That's it these days. And then, of course, you got some that need, 200, 250 gigabytes. And then you got the occasional guy that has, 4 terabytes of stuff on it.
Yeah. Is the trends because more people are going cloud-based where they're using smaller?
Think of it. What did we do? We used to buy videotapes.
Sure.
And we had a whole wall full of videotapes,
Sure.
Then we went to DVDs. Well, the wall got smaller because DVDs are smaller. So.
Sure.
And then we got streaming, but we're still in the process of getting the streaming going, whatever. But more and more people watch just regular cable or over-the-air TV.
Yeah.
Or moving into streaming.
Sure.
And you can pick what you want when you want it. You can pause it. Well, if you can do all that, you can buy your movie and redo it again, or you can rent it, or you can, whatever you call it.
Unless you just like a movie, what's the point of storing it and holding it?
Right, you can just go back to it, get it again. Software the same way, Still people come in and say, well, it doesn't have a DVD drive? Well, how do I put my software in? From the internet.
Yeah.
Just down all the software.
It's all
that
there
is
now.
Current.
Yeah.
You can just log into your account, what in this case is a benefit.
Yeah.
See what you have bought, and then re-download it.
And that's got to be a generational mindset because when we grew up, you get a computer and it comes with a bunch of disks, that hopefully they loaded up, but you needed just backups and all that.
Right.
And that's a different world now.
Backing up can go on the internet too.
Yeah.
I would recommend to have a local backup of stuff that's important too, because that can go wrong too. But what brings you to Microsoft with all the hate they get? I don't want on their account. I don't need to be on their account. And, they're forcing that now on it. Did I mention that already? That Windows 11 needs to be having internet to get even started?
Wow.
Yeah, let me talk about that. The newest iteration of Windows, the latest one from 3-4 weeks ago, if you set it up, you install it on a machine, and then you get to the point where it says, now sign in with your Microsoft account. If you don't have one, you can make one, click here. And now I have no internet, so I'll go, back up like I used to, or do this, or there were some tricks to get by with it. And for the normal person, you don't get by with it no more. You have to put a Microsoft account to get it going. So I run into that, and the way I set the machines up, we sell ready machines with what we want on it, and people seem to like it the way we set them up.
Sure.
So I do that. Now, I don't know who I sell it to, so I can't call the machine Mike because I don't know if Mike's going to buy it.
Gotcha.
Pete may buy it. So if the username says Mike, I'm thinking Mike will come in and buy one. Yeah, well, no, there's so many different names. It doesn't work. So what we call it is just owner. That works. And that's universal. And then if you want a Microsoft account, you can turn it into it. If you don't, well, then you're fine. You just have a local account. Most people seem to prefer that. At least when they start off and don't understand the Microsoft deal. So you're stuck with that. So I'm sitting there, well, what do I do? How do I set these machines up? So I sign in. I have a demo account that I used to demo stuff with from Microsoft. So I put it up with a demo account. And the minute it's set up, but no drivers up, nothing else done yet. Just Windows is installed, and it seems to barely run at that point. Make a new account and change that account to an administrator, and then log out of the machine, log back in, and then sign in with the new account that was called now owner. Okay. Then, since it's an administrator and you log in with that account, delete the other account back off.
There you go.
Erase it, delete it, and then you have the same thing again.
You just basically put a new guy in charge.
Yeah, you just knock the other one that wanted access to it out. And I have the feeling that's not going to work too long in the future. I don't know, 2 years, 5 years.
But for now, it's a fix.
it's a fix that I can do. The point really is, why do you need to do that? Just set 2 Mac machines up, and I started realizing they do the same thing, but they give you the option. You want the local account or the Apple account. You can always add the Apple account later to it.
Gotcha.
So they give you the option. And we're coming back like with the Xbox. There was the guy in the submarine complaining, but the Xbox had to be online. What is this, 5-6 years ago or something like that?
Yeah.
And this guy called in to Microsoft and said, "Hi, how do I set this thing up? I'm in my I'm underwater.
I'm in the middle of the Pacific,
and I have no connection, and I can't use this thing. Is there not a way to get? No, you got to have internet." Once you have internet set it up, you can use it without internet, but you got to have to start with it internet.
So you have to wait to get to port there to climb on.
Now, there's a lot of benefit of having a Microsoft account, especially if you use the OneDrive, the online storage. You have 5 gigabytes, 10 gigabytes free storage, something like that.
Sure.
And I ran into it myself once. I had a problem with my machine. I look at it and say, "What's on here?" Nothing. It's all stored somewhere else. Well, a few downloads, a few things. And they're getting old, whatever. What is this on my desktop? It's for my router. Oh, yeah, that controls the router. Well, I can redo that, right? That's not a problem. So I went like, fine, just delete it and reinstall Windows, whatever the problem. I don't know what it was, but reinstall Windows. I get done with that. It's on a Friday, and I go like, I need to change the passwords on the stuff, on the wireless. The ones that we use in public, I change password every week, so it just can't come back in.
Security.
Yeah, just whatever. Sounds like a good idea anyway. So I go there and I go, well, that's gone. Stupid. Well, it couldn't be. Oh, wait a minute. How does this work? You do it so little that you just do one thing, change password every day, but to get the whole thing set up, it wasn't quite clear on this particular item how it works. Every time I get back to it, it's a year and a half later and go, how was this done? And you got to recheck it up. So I got a hold of an article that explained it real well. Don't lose this file. If you do and you have 200 machines hooked up, you need to redo all 200. If you have the file, you can copy it, you can use it, you can open it, and then all your settings and everything stays in there.
Gotcha.
Oh, God, now I got to go by and set the stuff back up, So anyway, it's
hard
Friday.
Lesson learned.
Well, no, it gets better. I go like, well, I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, whatever, I have the time for that. We're closed anyway. So I come back in the morning, and I go like, okay, let me fix this first. I need to have, what? The file is back on my desktop.
It just showed back up, huh?
Yeah, and it's like, now, wait a minute. I know I wiped it clean. I know it was nothing left. Where does this file come from? What is the deal on this? And think for a minute and go, OneDrive? Do I use OneDrive? I never actively set it up. But if Microsoft says, you can use OneDrive, sign into it, a better idea, well, I'll try that and see what it does. And go like, files go up there. So, great, wonderful, I'm not using that. Fine. So then you run in this situation and you go, thank God, this is pretty good because that saved me a couple of hours work here. And it comes back. If you log in with your Microsoft account, if you use the Microsoft account, you make sure that it works as they intend to with the OneDrive. Your main files that people use go automatically in that OneDrive. Now that is changing too, because suddenly here for the last half a year, we start missing files. We look on the documents, nothing in it. We'll keep on and off running in it. I'm not not exactly sure how it works, but I'm starting to slowly get the hang of it. If you can find it and they have OneDrive file on it, look in OneDrive, and underneath it you see desktop, my files, and my documents, and maybe photos, and everything is in there.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure what they're doing, but they seem to be pulling, depending on what you tell it to do, out of the regular, what do you call it, format, where you expect your files to be, username, and then, documents and whatever.
Sure.
It's gone out of that and gone under OneDrive. And the good thing is, in general, if it's there, it's also online.
Sure.
But, it's a little panicky if you can't find your files. Now, if you normally use it, the computer knows it's changed in there, and it just picks it up out of the other bin, if you want to call it that way. It's not here anymore, pick it over there.
Right.
But that's very confusing if something goes wrong, and then you go like, do you have documents? Yeah, and photos. Okay, a whole lot of photos. Can't lose them. They'll be on there. It's no problem. You look at the photos, nothing there.
Right.
And you know that the guy said, but I pull them up. Huh? What? So OneDrive. That's where they end up. Yeah.
Interesting.
So there's benefit of having that.
Just gotta,
but
play with it, learn it a little bit. Is basically.
Yeah, and then you got the same situation again. If I finally figure it out where it is, it changes.
Change it on you again. Welcome to the world. Well, I just saw the time. We need to probably wrap this up here.
Yep,
so
it's getting the time.
But folks, if you are if you're going to be looking for the holiday deal on computers here, do your homework. John has said this every year. If you've got a question about a computer, he'll talk to him about it. He'll tell you if it's a good deal or not. And like he said in the past, if it's a really good deal, he might be right behind you buying one. But but if it's not, he'll also tell you that.
I'd like for you to know what is good, what is bad.
Sure.
You make a decision what you buy, but make sure you know what you're buying so it works for you.
Absolutely.
Because the low end stuff we don't really want. For trade-in, whatever, you're better off getting the right one right away. It's hard to compete this time of the year with the big box places, whatever.
Sure.
So they have some hilarious good deals once in a while, and some that are not really a good deal.
It's a buyer beware situation.
Right.
It really
I got
is.
stocked up on used stuff pretty good. I can make some deals on that. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Problem with the Windows 11 thing is that all these machines are a little older, but are very good machines. Well, in about 3 years, they can't run Windows 11, or not supposed to. They can. I've got Windows 11 running on my machines that can run it, and it runs so far just great.
Good.
But you don't really want to. You don't know what the future brings.
How long is that loophole going to work?
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so these machines go fairly inexpensive, are pretty good, and they run Windows 10. Can run Windows 11 if you want to take that risk, but that's what we have at the moment for this holiday season.
And of course, if it's repair or any or upgrades, he can help with that too, and all of that.
And then still the upgrade. You got a slow machine. I had a customer in yesterday needs some more help, and 2-3 months ago I put a solid state drive in there, and he just couldn't get over it. How good that machine was now, man! It's amazing. He said.
That's kind of like that light bulb moment for a lot of people when they go from the spin ups to a solid state.
Yep.
And they notice that instead of 5 minutes for their computer booting up, it booted up in a minute or less.
If it's old, literally 15 minutes before it finally gets caught up with everything. In that same machine, old and, it's like no good. Put a spinning drive in a minute.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is. It's a night and day difference.
And it stretches out to the repair part of it. I've been for a while there. It's like, okay, when is it done? Tomorrow morning. Well, they don't want to upgrade the drive. They have an old drive in it, and you need to just put updates in it. And it takes darn 2 days to get them all in, whereas on a normal machine, 3 hours will be done.
Sure. And you've learned the lesson. Sometimes you just got to let it do its thing. And once it does its thing, sometimes it'll just fix the problems you were having if you just let it.
That's
and if it takes a day,
the problem these days.
Yeah.
It did not waiting long enough with the updates, especially if it had the old drive in it.
Yeah. But again, John can help you with all of these things.
We can do that.
Come on by. He works mornings for customer service and
we're
things.
open from 8 till 12. I try to leave at 12:30. I'm not in as much as a hurry anymore. I've got the home situation is a little better.
Oh, good.
So if it runs a little later,
you got a little more free time to take care of business.
Yes, you know, I at one point I wanted to leave at 12:30, get out of there, need to get home, need to take care of something.
Sure.
And if it turns into 1 o'clock now, it's not
the end of the world.
No, it's good. You know, we like to get our schedule steady.
Sure, you want to keep the routine.
You know, if it's a little busy, I don't have to kick everybody out.
A little more flexible if life happens, basically.
Yeah.
So
I don't have to necessarily be at home at that time.
Yeah. So Mondays, Monday through Friday, come on by. They're on Garden. Call, what's the phone number?
575-625-9141.
Very good. Call.
And, of course, the afternoons, if we have emergencies and special appointments, whatever, we can work with that.
Yeah, the afternoons are his, he's in the shop working on the bigger problems that he got from earlier in the day.
And then, you know, like this last week has been fairly quiet. Some people drove up, and if I notice that somebody drives up and I'm sitting there with that one item that I'm finishing off, I don't mind stepping outside and say, "What you need?"
Yeah.
But you know, don't count on it too much.
Sure, that's not a regular thing. That's the exception, not the rule.
No, if it gets too busy, I need that time to get the stuff done.
Yep. There's a reason why he has the schedule the way he has the schedule to begin with. But yes, come on by mornings, and like I said, you know, in the afternoons, if you've got. And he'll do house calls for like networking and all those stuff. That's his afternoons.
And everybody's doing social media of some kind, whatever, to contact me. You old-fashioned way. I guess I'm getting old myself or something. Call on the business phone number, and you get a response. If I don't answer it, I'll try to call back.
Absolutely. So, but definitely, whatever you need, whether it's new problems or advice,
or just advice, yes,
he's got you covered. So.
Right.
Well, John, I'm sure you got a few things waiting for you at the shop there, so we'll let you get to it. And
I actually got a few, so I got it going. And supposedly somebody coming in pretty quick.
All right, well, we'll let you get to it. Thank you very much. As always, we'll see you next. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you between now and then, and we'll see you next month.
Yeah, we'll see you one more time this year.
One more in 2022 at least. So.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, John. We'll see you
You're
then.
welcome. Thank you.
It is 7:54. Quick break before we get you into news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The volleyball season ended this past weekend. Goddard Rockets, the state champs, and it doesn't take long before the postseason awards start rolling in these days really quickly because the All-Star game for seniors takes place the very next weekend. So this Saturday, it'll be the All-Star games at West Mesa High School in Albuquerque, and Goddard had two of their seniors selected. Alyssa Benavides at outside hitter. She had 189 kills on the season. Also second in the team in aces, serving aces with 37. And Sophia Valdez, wow, at middle blocker, 393 kills and 78 blocks. The big school game will take place at 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. Goddard finishes with a 23-4 record and the Blue Trophy. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Prices at the wholesale level rose 8% in October from a year ago, the fourth straight decline, and the latest sign that inflation pressures in the United States are easing from painfully high levels. The annual figure is down from 8.4% in September. Walmart reported higher sales in its fiscal third quarter as more Americans look for deals, particularly in groceries. In the face of high inflation, the nation's largest retailer raised its full-year earnings outlook on the strong quarterly results. Also on Tuesday, Walmart agreed to pay $3.1 billion to settle lawsuits nationwide over the impact of prescriptions its pharmacies filled for powerful prescription opioid painkillers. Gas-electric hybrids were the most dependable vehicles sold in the United States in the past year, while big pickup trucks and fully electric automobiles performed the worst in Consumer Reports' annual reliability survey. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing, and nothing makes us happier than telling our customers no. As in, no pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. For an estimate, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
If a sports injury is keeping you from the physical activities you love, the sports medicine team at Artesia General Hospital can help. Their orthopedic specialists and physical therapists work closely with you throughout diagnosis and treatment. No matter the injury, from ACL injuries, golfers and tennis elbow to foot and ankle pain, they'll get you back in the game. Appointments are available in Artesia or Carlsbad. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/sports.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
And we're closing in on 8 o'clock. We'll talk Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show happening this weekend. Next hour, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Donald Trump has made it official. He is running for president for a third time. White House correspondent Greg Clugston was on hand in Palm Beach for last night's announcement.
Standing before hundreds of allies and supporters here at his Florida estate, Trump formally declared himself a presidential candidate for 2024.
America's comeback starts right now.
The former president described the 2 years under President Biden as a time of despair for millions of Americans. Trump, who blamed widespread fraud for his 2020 election loss, vowed to make America great and glorious again. Greg Clugston, Palm Beach, Florida.
3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition. And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together. Back to the moon and beyond.
America heading back to the moon for the first time in a long time. NASA's new lunar rocket blasted off early today, marking the launch of the space agency's Artemis lunar exploration program.
No humans were aboard, only 3 test dummies. The mission brings the U.S. a big step closer to putting astronauts back on the lunar surface for the first time since the end of the Apollo program 50 years ago. The rocket will propel the capsule into a wide orbit around the moon. Then the capsule will return to Earth with a splashdown in the Pacific in December. I'm Donna Warder.
Nice bump in retail sales last month, rising 1.3% compared to the month before. The increase led by car sales, higher gas prices still, excluding autos and gas. Retail spending rose 0.9% in October. Watching Wall Street, stocks are in the red right now. The Dow down 26 points, the Nasdaq off 153, and the S&P 25 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
Kuwait has executed 7 prisoners, a rare mass execution in the small oil-rich nation, despite international criticism over its plans. State-run news agency describes those executed as all facing premeditated murder and other charges, identifying those killed as 3 Kuwaiti men, 1 Kuwaiti woman, a Syrian man, a Pakistani man, and an Ethiopian woman. Kuwait says the executions took place at its central prison. Following a series of talks on migration with the Biden administration, Cuba says it will accept deportation flights from the U.S. that had been stalled in the pandemic and says it's open to continuing dialogue with Washington. The agreement comes amid one of the largest migrations from Cuba to the U.S. in decades. In October, Cubans replaced Venezuelans as the second most numerous nationality after Mexicans, showing up at the U.S. southern border. News and analysis, townhall.com. A child is stabbed at a Target store in California.
2 people, including a 9-year-old boy, are hospitalized with major stab wounds after being attacked by a homeless man at a Target store in downtown Los Angeles. LA police say the man grabbed 2 knives from the store's kitchenware section Tuesday night and started attacking people for no apparent reason. A 25-year-old woman was stabbed in the chest. The boy is in critical condition. The suspect was shot twice by an armed Target security guard. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Republicans in the House have formally nominated GOP Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy for Speaker of the House, should Republicans take the majority, as it appears they will. In the Senate, Florida's Rick Scott planning to mount a long-shot bid to unseat Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell. Scott has told his Senate colleagues at Republicans that if you simply want to stick with the status quo, don't vote for me. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
I just forget to turn the ringer off right before I walk in.
Note to self.
Note to self.
I'm not sure if you've heard about this, Sean, but because I feel like you might know this already, but if you haven't said it to me.
Okay.
But we might have something we need to try on the radio.
All right.
And I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be good.
That had all the better.
from the makers of Spam for the holiday season.
Is this pumpkin spice Spam?
No.
Okay, because I've seen that. I'm curious.
The makers of Spam have developed a new product for the holidays.
Okay.
It's a take on a holiday food most of us have heard about, but never have actually tried. Figgy pudding.
No way.
Spam is making a Spam figgy pudding.
Figgy pudding Spam.
Yeah. The traditional English dish, which is more akin to boiled or steamed cake made with figs and other dried fruits rather than the pudding North Americans are familiar with, is repeatedly referenced in the Christmas Carol, obviously. So, yes, but Spam has decided that they are going to make a figgy pudding.
I'll be a son of a gun.
Decide to fill this void by offering a brand new flavor, Spam Figgy Pudding, for a limited time.
It's not okay. It's just figgy pudding, though, right?
It's a savory, sweet, and comforting treat with ingredients including cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice, and cloves, and winter flavor profiles like fig and orange flavors. Orange is a winter flavor?
Yeah. It's not exclusively winter flavor, but you don't remember. Okay, this is triggering for me because my mom posted this a couple days ago. It was like one of those IYKYK, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just a brown paper bag with some ribbon hard candy in a Ziploc bag inside of it, and then a bag full of usually pecans and walnuts, and then an orange and an apple.
Okay.
This is the standard church Christmas gift bag that they would give out to all the kids every single.
I remember getting in a stocking, you get apple or an orange or something.
It was an apple.
I just never saw
it. That bag, I saw that bag and I could smell the church I grew up in. That's how triggering that was.
I just heard orange is a winter flavor. I'm like,
orange, cinnamon. It's one of those warmer flavors, you know. Apple's another one of those that's kind of like.
Yeah, I got an apple. Orange. I never thought of that category, but okay. So
I mean, granted, it is more of a tropical thing.
I got to be honest. None of that sounds appetizing to me, but for the sake of trying we need to try it.
Let me ask, and I'm absolutely down to try that. But let me ask you this: Have you ever had spotted dick?
No, I have not.
So, over in Britain, across the pond.
Well, that's meat based, though, right?
It's not.
It's not.
So they call pudding over there.
Yeah.
What they call pudding is basically like a soft, moist cake to us.
Right, which is the figgy pudding Spam thing we're talking about.
Because you're like, well, there's nothing pudding about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, spotted dick is a type of pudding that they have over there, and it's.
And is it more actually pudding, or is it more cake?
It's more cake. Okay. I had it. I got a can of it. I tried it on the radio. This is years ago. And I got to tell you, not bad at all.
Okay.
Now, granted, I'm a fan of fruit cake. I like fruit cake, but I also like cake with fruit in it. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And see, I'm not that way.
Cake with nuts or fruits. I've always loved those kinds of things. Cake with textures, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I love me some spotted dick. It was fantastic. I fully recommend it. So I think this is one of those things that I will be all the way down for.
So if you happen to see one when you're out and about, procure it. I will do the same.
And then, I'm definitely going to try
we will try the figgy pudding Spam, which my wife is going to look at me because she's like, peel back the curtain. Every once in a while, I like to get a can of Spam and fry it up and put it in things.
I'm with you on that.
I don't do it often, but every once in a while I have a hankering. And every time I do it, my wife looks at me like I'm
savage.
Yeah, a savage.
Sure.
And
but you know what? This is me tapping into my man roots, okay?
Yeah.
This is me as close to like meat, fry and pan and eat.
Now, Spam raw, I'm like, ugh.
Spam, I will say the Spam raw not 100% terrible.
It's not, but I will never pick it as a meat.
It needs to be thinly sliced if you're going to eat it raw.
I'll take PB&J over a raw Spam sandwich any day.
I am a humongous fan of 2 thinly sliced pieces of Spam with 1 sunny side up egg betwixt.
Oh, that'd be good.
The 2. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's the best breakfast.
You want to know the sweetest irony of them all? I was anti-Spam. I never grown up with it, anything. I married my wife, And I'm not sure if we were married yet or just dating, but I remember she was all about making Spam burgers. She was like, and she fried them up, loved them.
So you guys have shifted positions.
Exactly. And this was like back in like OT 2 or something,
1902.
Back in OT 2, And then
back when this was a Tasty Freeze.
About 2-3 years ago, I had the hankering, and I got it, and then she was out. And ever since, never, and looks at me like I'm some savage. I'm like, you got me into this.
My, how the Spam tables have turned.
It has. So
I'm definitely down to try some figgy pudding. Have you ever actually broken down the song "We Wish You a Merry Christmas"? Like deconstructed that song? If you really look at the lyrics of that song, it really is domestic terrorism. These people are showing up uninvited to some dude's house singing probably off key.
Yeah.
And then they demand figgy pudding, and they will not leave until they get some. I didn't know you were coming. Nobody told me to make preparations for figgy pudding, disposal or handing that out. Had somebody gotten me that memo, I probably could have had some figgy pudding in hand. Now I'm in the kitchen, 3 hours later, got 13 people sitting in my living room just waiting. They sang an hour and a half ago. And it's frustrating.
Well, now you just pull out the Spam.
Exactly.
It's like, I got you covered.
See? Spam is solving carolers' dilemmas nationwide. Because they're like, now bring us some figgy pudding, and then they literally say, we won't go until we get some.
Yeah.
Like that is a little bit. You came on a little strong there, Gladys.
Spam said, "Hold my beer."
Well, my Spam can and watch this.
We're going to talk actually good holiday things here in just a minute. We're going to have the folks from the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show join us here, which is happening this weekend out at the fairgrounds this Friday and Saturday. I know Vera's here. I think someone else is here too, and we'll chat with them and talk all about this year's Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. And by the way, I'm going to say it now, get it out of the way. I'm sure I'll save it 10 more times when they're on. But if you do not leave the Holiday Magic Craft Fair without pumpkin rolls, you didn't do it right. You messed up. I don't care what else you buy. You got to leave out of there with some pumpkin rolls. They're a 10 every time. So anyway, we'll talk Holiday Magic here in just a few minutes. Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty cold today. We have high pressure over the Texas Panhandle with cool air. We'll be staying in the low 40s for the Roswell area, upper 40s for Carlsbad, and mid 40s in Artesia. And then we may get an isolated shower by later on today. Clearing overnight and down to the mid 20s, and then we're in the mid 50s with plenty of sunshine coming up for Thursday, cloudy Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 38 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 52%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 3 miles per hour. Partly cloudy today. We're not far away from our high, actually. 43 our expected high today. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. I'm sorry about that, but that's the truth. We're only about good 5-6 degrees away from the high today. Partly cloudy tonight. Expect an overnight low of 24 degrees. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer. You're probably going to appreciate the 50s tomorrow. Sunny, 56 for a high tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds and cooling off because it's going to make it for a chilly Friday. We're looking at an overnight low of 25, south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, we're talking areas of freeze and fog till about 11 on Friday. Mostly cloudy. We may make it to 40. They say officially our high is 39 on Friday with winds out of the northeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. That feels weird around here. Just days in the 30s and it's not snowing or not. That's weird, man. In New Mexico, that's back home. That's not here. That ain't right. Anyway, Friday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 26. And then for the weekend, partly cloudy on Saturday with a high of 44. Sunday, a smidge warmer. Mostly sunny, highs right around 50 on the nose. So hopefully, and then maybe next week for your Thanksgiving week might be a little warmer. I'm seeing 56 on Monday, 59 on Tuesday. So maybe we might get into the 60s by the time Thanksgiving hits. We'll see. I'm cross your fingers. All right, it is 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk about the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
Chimera Independent Physicians offers world-class health care right here in Roswell. With their state-of-the-art facility, your family can receive expert care from many specialty doctors and experts covering oncology, hematology, neurology, rheumatology, endocrinology, primary care, and internal medicine. Lab services, radiology, and infusion center, all without leaving our community. Chimera Independent Physicians, located at 400 Military Heights Place, near the corner of Country Club and Military Heights in Roswell.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
There is no health without mental health. Staying on top of your emotional wellness is the same as taking care of your physical health. How we feel mentally directly influences our physical health. Together, we can take a dose of wellness to make our personal well-being a priority. Visit doseofwellness.com and find out how to handle the ups and downs of life. Brought to you by the New Mexico Human Services Department.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Holiday Magic Arts and Crafts Show, Vera Carbajal and Trina Padilla back with us this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Y'all great. It's early, but we're here.
You're here. So, are y'all ready for this weekend? It's the big weekend.
Yes.
It's people set their calendars. Because I feel like the holiday. How many years now has the Holiday Magic been going on now? It's
41 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been here since 2000, and it's been going on since then. And
but we haven't been with.
Yeah, you guys are fresh young faces. You're young. Yeah, you guys are
just a couple of years.
You're the third or fourth generation of people coming to do this.
As I understand, it was started by by a bunch of women who went to the same church, and they decided started out as a
just very
small show.
grassroots and
Yeah.
started in a church basement somewhere, and it turned into this.
It turned into
basically.
this.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty
But-
awesome.
But 40 some years later,
Yes.
doesn't look a day over 20, by the way.
Exactly.
But anyway.
I like him. I do too.
But it's become a tradition here in,
Yes.
in Roswell and Chaves County is the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show, because, and this is what, and I joke every time, but I'm not joking. I'm joking, but not joking. If you do not leave the Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show without a pumpkin roll this weekend, you didn't do it right.
Exactly. Those pumpkin rolls will be waiting.
Or the cookies.
And cookies.
All right, yeah. If you leave hungry or not leave stuff to put in your belly,
Exactly.
you didn't do it right again.
That's exactly right.
But it's so much more than that. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
it's all full of artisan crafters, vendors that are making decor, functional things,
Yes.
furniture, things
Yes,
like that, jewelry,
exactly.
stuff
Jewelry.
like that. But decor, if you're looking for great, unique
Christmas decor.
Christmas and holiday decor,
Yes.
guess what? You're about to have a happy weekend, because this has got everything you want.
It sure does. Absolutely.
And it's gotten to the point, like we said, it's been going on for 41 years, which means it's established a great group of vendors that come back year after year. They establish those relationships. So every single vendor, there's always a new one that's learning it each year. But but for the most part, these people come back each year. They go. So you find new stuff. But if you're like, man, remember that thing we bought a couple years ago and we lost it or broke it or something? Odds are pretty good. The vendor's there, and if they're not making that exact thing, they're making. Each artist is different, but they could have it again.
They have it again.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
We do actually have people specifically coming in for the artists that they know are going to
Sure,
be there again.
they've established.
They do.
They've got
They
enough
do.
to know.
They
That
come.
so and so is going to be there, and I'm going
Our
to.
artists have a following.
Yeah.
And people call and say, are so and so going to be there?
Yeah.
And we'll say yes.
And I know over the years, like even the generations before you guys would, they came in and they would bring some of the. Like one thing that I know was popular every year was like the shotgun Christmas wreaths that were made out of shotgun shells and things.
Yes.
That's something that is always, it's a unique.
It's very unique.
Pretty item that a lot of people draw to, and I'm just pointing out like there's so much more. I'm just scratching the surface,
Right.
But things like that people come to know and know the Holiday Magic Show
Exactly.
and think that's the kind of cool stuff you find there.
Yes. Everything is homemade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the cool part too is there is a small admission fee to get in.
Yes.
However, all of that goes back to the community.
Yes.
You guys been supporting multiple youth groups for many years doing this. So yes, the vendors and everybody come and they make their bank for the year and all. This might be their Black Friday for some of them.
Right.
But every person that walks through the door pays a couple bucks, and all of that money goes back to this year. It's a lot of the same each year. I think last couple years here.
It's the Assurance Home.
Yeah, the Assurance Home, the First Tee of Southeast New Mexico, which if you're not familiar with them, they mentor kids through golf. Yes. So they get kids from and they're trying to bring golf to the masses. But while they're teaching golf, they're teaching these kids life lessons and things. So they learn how to be like the rest of us and whack a ball badly. But exactly. No, they're better. But you know what I mean. But they're learning those life lessons and things. So another Royal Family Kids Camp. Of course, we have them on every year. They have their big summer camp for victims of child abuse, things like that. And so they do an amazing job there. And then, of course, Christian Outreach Ministries, the Eastern New Mexico State Fair 4-H programs, and Roswell, the local high schools here. So all of those entities benefit from. So I know, and it's very affordable. It's only $2, and the kids are 12 and under free. However, pay a little more. If you were like, if this is all going for the kids, here's $10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's what our raffles are for, Mike.
I know, but if you want to do a little bit more and
donate a little bit more,
yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
take it.
Because at the end of the day, that admission fee is going to help youth in our community.
It sure will.
So I know some people are like, wow, I'm about to pay, but just help out our community a little bit. It's part of the tradition.
Yes, it's for our kids.
Absolutely,
that's why we do this.
Exactly. Yeah,
this exactly why
it's all fun to get the pumpkin rolls and all the fun decor. But at the end of the day, the real value is that admission fee going back to helping all these kids. And if you're not familiar with any of these organizations, check them out. like Assurance Home. I learned a
Yes.
lot about them when I went through Leadership Roswell and their facility.
Isn't it great?
And it's like it's a little oasis here in Roswell.
It sure is.
When I was there, I forgot that was in Roswell because it's like it's green grass and mature trees, and you're sitting on a bench, and you're like, "Am I in a park on the East Coast? Where am I?"
It's just wonderful.
Yeah,
You know, something else that we do too is that we involve the people, the kids from the Assurance Home,
Mhm.
and the kids and their parents from First Tee. They actually come out and they have a part in the show as well.
Good deal. So it's a little, I would say, sweat equity, but it's they roll
Yes.
up and help out,
They roll
knowing
up.
that you guys are helping them. They're
Right.
like, well, hey, let's help you guys do some of the logistics at the because it's a lot of moving parts.
First Tee comes out and helps our vendors unload.
That's great.
And Assurance Home, they come out. The kids come out. I mean, they come out. It's like a pack of kids coming in.
Just this herd they come through.
Exactly.
And, it's like a big working herd.
And also the Christian, the men's Christian.
The outreach ministry.
Right. They come in and they help us to set up their great bunch of guys. I
Good
mean,
deal.
they're-
So you got a pretty good batch of labor force
We
there
sure
to
do.
help.
It takes a lot.
It does.
does.
It takes
Well,
a lot to put that together.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, for folks, the craft show is out at the Eddy County. I almost said Eddy County, Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
Yes.
You don't have to go to Eddy County, not that far. It's out at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds there. So when you I know for many years it's been here at the convention center, but the last 2 years now?
3
years now.
3 years it's
It's been out at the fairgrounds here. So if you haven't been in a few years, don't go to the convention center. Go down to the fairgrounds and you just are they sending them through the main entrance or the vendor's entrance?
They're going to go through the vendor's entrance.
Okay,
the
which
last,
is the
last gate.
It's the farthest south
the
gate.
furthest south gate.
Yeah.
Yes, they're
The
going
one
to go
they-
that route. And the entrance, the admissions, is going to be on the north side of the building now. We
Okay.
usually had it on the south side of the building, but we're going to have it on the north side of the building this year.
Okay, very good. So
Okay.
so if you go to the south and everyone's like, "Where's their bed?" Go around the other
Go
side.
around the other side.
There'll be somebody there directing.
Follow the group,
Or
yeah.
there'll be rather signs directing everybody where to park.
Yeah.
And
It-
which
it's-
direction to go.
The beauty of it is there's plenty of room out at the fairgrounds,
There
so
is.
you can get.
We can spread out.
They got a great facility out there, and especially with now newly named the Hobson Hall here. We don't call it new building no more. Adding that to the mix,
Right.
It really adds to that facility out there.
Yes.
So, now it's going to be this Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. And then this Saturday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. As I mentioned earlier, admission is only $2. If children are 12, are free. So bring them along, and they don't have to pay. But I'll tell you, keep hold of them. Otherwise, they're gonna make you spend some money because there's gonna be a lot of food, a lot of things the
There's
kids are
gonna
gonna
be a
want.
lot. We're going to have a couple of food trucks out there. We're going to have Eli's Bistro out there.
Oh, man.
And we're going to have Bubba's Pit Stop out there.
Oh, I've never had theirs. That'd be a new one.
And
Is that barbecue? I'm thinking
no,
Bubba's.
it's more like concession stand food.
Okay,
they
like
have
fair-
hot dogs,
Yeah.
hamburgers,
Fries, things
stuff
like that. Okay,
yes.
cool.
And we're going to have a kettle corn guy from Ruidoso.
You never go wrong with kettle corn.
I think it's High Country Kettle Corn. And we'll have Miss Karen Hendricks is going to be bringing her mini donuts.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
so
dang.
she'll have those out there as well.
So come hungry.
Come hungry.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of food out there in the front.
And it sounds like you get a good variety. So if you get there at say 10:30 Friday or 9 a.m. on Saturday, have a little breakfast.
Yes.
And then around 11:30 or so, you're gonna feel peckish again.
Exactly.
And then you can hit
Refill.
the lunch side. Maybe donuts in the morning and fries and burgers or some a sub or something in the afternoon.
Man after my heart.
Exactly.
I plan my life around food. All right. How do we go from? Yeah, but how do I eat between here and here?
Exactly. Yes. It's going to be great. I think they're going to have a variety. The public will have the variety to select from.
And here's another thing, fellas. This is to you. I know, because let's face it, it's the wives, it's the moms. They generally get more excited about holiday magic than the fellas do. I know that's not always true, but just as a rule.
Right.
So, fellas, I will tell you this. This is something that I think there's as much as you look at the holiday decor and all the things. There is equally amount of manly cool stuff as there is what we call foo-foo decorative. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? it's if you're looking for like functional things, or gift ideas for spouses and girlfriends and things, you'll find that. But there's a lot of cool guy stuff too.
There is.
Football related themes and stuff like that.
We have a woman that does the stuffed bears, and they're all football.
Yeah.
And the knives, the guy that
and we
does
have a
the
gentleman
knives.
that does really beautiful knives.
Yeah, that's a whole
woodwork.
Yeah.
Woodwork. We got some woodwork.
Problem with those
gorgeous.
is they're too nice to want to actually like do knife work with them.
Exactly.
You're like, I just want to keep it on display.
They're just gorgeous. Some of the work that he does. His
That's a
name
boy
is Les
thing, Vera.
Priscilla.
Yeah,
It's a boy thing.
And we got a lot of gentlemen that are doing some charcuterie boards and cutting boards, but they're gorgeous. And I mean, those are the kind of boards that you want to display.
Sure.
Because they're inlaid with turquoise.
And that's a very popular trend now.
Yes, it is.
Charcuterie's gotten very popular because I think of the charcuterie boards. I think there's been a surge in artisan people making different styles of charcuterie boards, and people are like, oh, well, let's go buy some meat and cheeses and display this thing, So it's gotten very popular. They make great gifts, by the way.
They sure do.
I would go buy one, but I got a beautiful one as a gift last year, so I'm good. But
oh my goodness!
But that's the great thing about is I guarantee, even if you bah humbug and are like, there's nothing I want here. As soon as you walk through there.
Absolutely.
You're going to find something you want. I guarantee you say it now, and then you walk through, and it's like, all right, I'll take that over. Yeah. All right. And next you know, you just bought like 12 things. So.
You do. And the good thing about it is they're unique gifts.
Absolutely. That's the part.
They're very unique gifts.
For the veterans here, folks that come each year, talk about some of the featured artists and some of the people that people come to, like we said, this has been going on for a few years now. People are looking for certain artists. Kind of give a list of some of the folks that people come to expect and who will be there for this year's.
The featured artist this year is Becky and Galen Bach.
Okay.
And Becky, she makes some beautiful women's apparel.
Okay.
And it's gorgeous. And she's been with the show over 30
See,
20
clothing,
years, over 20
clothing and things. Clothing. Another thing, yeah, we don't more stuff. Yeah,
I mean, women's clothing. If a husband wants to come out and find a really nice sweater,
Absolutely.
jacket, blouse for his wife. I mean, she makes some really gorgeous stuff. We also have
the Caseys.
The Caseys that come in and they do. It's called the Big Dippers. They do the soup seasoning, the soup packets that you can make.
Yeah.
They make their own soup packets and stuff.
Love those, yeah.
Yes.
Where it's basically kind of, I'm going to say dummy proofs, but a little bit dummy proofs making soup for you.
Exactly. Soups and dips. And, I think we have a gentleman that has a couple, the Buckmans, they have been with us, over 20 years as well.
As long as I've been there.
Yes.
They've been there.
They have been there, and she does a lot of the embroidery on, aprons and sweaters.
Oh, wow.
And stuff. Then they've been with us forever. And I'm trying to.
Stuff.
So they do probably some personalized stuff and everything too. If you order it through them and
Yes.
all that too. So if you're looking for personalized stuff, you might want to go visit them when you're at the fair there. So.
And Sarah Mannion, she does some beautiful. She's been with us forever as well, and she does a lot of beautiful glass work.
Oh man, that is so amazing to watch that glass blowing, the glass work and all that.
Some beautiful,
it's
beautiful
not glass
work.
blowing, but
the work and everything involved,
Yes.
it's
Gorgeous
equally cool
stuff.
to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It is.
It's talents that I wish I had and kind of envious of when you see people that do it.
Exactly. And then we got Deborah Lucas, who does her famous pumpkin rolls and cookies.
And I'm telling you, folks, trust me, I hate pumpkins. I don't like the taste of pumpkins. I don't like them. I mean, they're fun to carve and all that, but I don't eat pumpkin related things. That pumpkin roll, I will chase people down. I will do nefarious things to obtain it. It doesn't.
Get there early then. Get there early.
You need to get there early.
That is the pro tip.
That's exactly
If you want
right.
the pumpkin rolls, you better make sure you're there when they open Friday morning at 10:30 or Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Because I guarantee if you wait till 5 or 4 or later in the day,
they'll be gone.
They're going to be in people's bellies or on people's shelves at this point. So
that's exactly right.
And it, of course, next week is Thanksgiving. You can lie and tell people that you didn't buy it at the Holiday Magic. You made it yourself. You're going to get in trouble when someone wants a recipe, but you can fake it till someone figures you out.
Exactly right.
And I won't tell you.
Some people can tell.
But trust me, it's delicious.
It is.
And I don't know what it is. I just can't, because I don't like pumpkin. I don't, the flavor is just not my, but those pumpkin rolls are just heaven. They're great. So, and I brag on them a lot, but there's so many other good cookies and things. And that one just blew me away the first time I had it, because I was very, I don't want that pumpkin. No, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then I ate it. I'm like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's a new favorite, right?
It is. It absolutely is. And I'm the last person on the face of the earth you'd have thought would have liked the pumpkin roll, and it's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's awesome.
We have vendors from all over. We have lots of vendors from Artesia and from around the state.
Sure.
Arizona.
Right.
Kind of all over the Southwest.
Texas, yes.
Which is great because you get a little flavor of the art from there. I mean, let's face it. We have a Southwest theme on a lot of things, but like art from Texas is a little different than art from Arizona.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Right.
The Southwest vision is a little different. So how they do Southwest in Texas is a little different than how they do, just like it's a little different than how we do it here in New Mexico.
Yes, it is quite different.
So some of that's infused in some of the art and things. So if you love kind of that Arizona look to it with the colors and the way they do things, you're going to have artists that feature probably more heavy that way. If you're more into the Texas Stars and Wagon Wheel and that type of decor, then you've got Texas artists that are having that kind of stuff for you. And then, of course, if you want New Mexico flavored things,
which is the most beautiful,
we got it all covered for you.
Red or green?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right. We can, it just like Ristras. Is there someone that sells like Ristras and things? Is that part of it?
We
or
don't
is that
have any Ristras this year.
Okay.
No.
Everyone's busy eating them. I think that's what it is.
I know I am.
They're kind of like, no, we're not decorating with chilies this year. They're
mine's halfway gone, my Ristra.
Yeah.
People decorate with them?
Yeah, sometimes, they like to hang them out on the porch there or something.
Those ceramic ones, remember those ceramic ones?
Okay.
Well, they start as decorations. Maybe they hang out, and then like about a day or two in, is like, why is there something missing? Where are they gone?
Exactly. I need to make red chili. Oh, it's outside.
Yeah. But yes, please come and come be a part. Jewelry. Let's talk a little jewelry. You got some great jewelry vendors and
beautiful
things too.
Jewelry vendors that are coming in. We have a new couple that's coming in, I think, from Crown Point.
Okay.
And he does beautiful Native American jewelry.
Okay, so if you like turquoise, things like that,
Yes.
you'll probably find a lot of that there.
We have a couple that has been with the show that's doing the same as well. We have a new lady that does some jewelry out of aluminum.
Oh, cool.
And stuff. And it's really beautiful stuff. Other people that like to do the wire wrapping.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a technique that you have to develop.
There's a lot of, I see these things and I'm like, first off, I don't think I have the hand dexterity to do something.
Me as well.
Or the eyes.
Yeah, I know I don't have the eyes. I'm blind as a bat.
Wrapping gemstones and, I mean, it's some gorgeous work.
Yeah.
And then we have.
Of course, they've been doing it for years and are probably skilled, and it's like muscle memory. They just do it, in their sleep.
So, we have quite a few that do some jewelry.
My mom was a crocheter growing up, and she was like to the point where, when you buy like the crochet pattern books, like when you go and you buy for like an Afghan, and then you see a picture of the Afghan on the instruction book there.
Yes.
My mom was making those blankets for the company and taking pictures, and so in the 90s there, if you saw a bunch of those, odds are my mom might have made some of those.
That is awesome.
And so the blankets, she's passed away and for their years there, she was doing this deal where she was making the blankets, taking pictures, and they were using them for the books. And
that is awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of neat.
Wow.
So, she was way into crocheting. So I know exactly how that goes.
We have a couple of crocheters.
We sure do.
We have artists coming in, quilters.
Well, those are all arts that we have less and less people doing it now.
Exactly.
And so hopefully come here. Maybe you can inspire the next generation to maybe pick up the quilting or picking up crocheting or picking up some of these.
It's a lost art.
Especially the sewing side of things, those crafts and things. And unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, technology's kind of changed away because, now, quilting was all done by hand. Now they've got sergers and these machines that they do. And don't get me wrong, there's a great place for those, but there's something to be said about a handmade quilt or handmade item that wasn't done on a machine, that was done by thread and needle or by yarn and needle here, and that's and that's the beauty of it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, sure, technology, why not? If you can work smarter, not harder, sometimes that's great. But sometimes the old methods are the best methods.
Some of that can be soothing. I've learned how to sew just here recently, and I find it relaxing.
Well, I'm pretty sure the quilting circles were the therapy sessions for many, many years in this country.
So. I think so.
You want to? How do we deal with mental health? Yeah, sewing circles.
Sewing circles, yeah. Crochet circles.
And guys were
really mad at my husband,
And guys were hanging out back, drinking beer in front of the campfire, just kind of, doing the same thing.
Exactly.
They're just doing something constructive. We're doing something deconstructive. The only difference.
That's the only difference,
right? But please make some time this Friday or Saturday to come out to the fairgrounds here, and I guarantee there is so much to take. To be honest, you might want to try to make both days because it's unique art and craft. So you come Friday morning, you might see a certain set of things, and you might come back the next day, and I mean, yeah, you're going to see some things, but some very different things, know. And so that's the beauty of it. And of course, the thing I love about it, these are all local vendors. I mean, not local. Some are local, some are in the region, but
they're all handmade.
They're all handmade, but they're also all mom and pop. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Yes,
if you're wanting to talk to them about the craft, if you want something personalized or something, I love this, but can you do it with this?
They do.
Most of them all do all that kind of stuff.
Sure
and
can.
so if you're trying to get a unique gift or get something specific for yourself or somebody else, you have a building full of people that do just that.
Exactly.
So come and talk to them.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we have quite a few people that they come back and the vendors leave here with orders.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
And that's the thing. I bet many connections are made and orders are bought after they bought some here and then a dish breaks or they're like, ooh, someone loved that and say, can I get one? Let me give you the number of the person who does that.
I mean, they just make connections.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful.
It's just a cool thing. If you've never been a part of it, then come try it for the first time this year. If you've been years past, then you know exactly what I'm talking about here. It's just a great opportunity to come and see a whole bunch of great Christmas and holiday themed things. Not all of it's holiday themed. If you're just looking for regular items too that you don't want for the holidays, there's a bunch of that too.
We have some new people that are coming in. Some and this is stuff that I've never really seen before, and it's new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is journaling, junk journaling. Then we have a couple of vendors that
I'm not familiar. Kind of tell me.
It's just, I mean, they get a journal and they decorate it.
Okay.
And
it's kind of a phase and upcycle, recycled art kind of thing.
And it's just that they make them just absolutely gorgeous.
Interesting.
So
this is a step above taking the Reader's Digest and making the angel or the turkey out of it, like we did in school. Okay, just checking.
And just the things
still do
You're
that?
showing your age. You were showing
Just
your
a little
age.
bit.
I don't know what she's talking about.
It's like, I never did that in school. What do you mean? We were on our computers.
Exactly. Then we have some young kids coming in. We have a group of young gentlemen that come in and they make their own. One makes his own jerky.
They blow me away. Some of the great
They're
stuff these
young,
kids do.
and then
They're freeze dried.
They make freeze dried,
Interesting.
candy.
Yeah, that's a new trend now.
Yeah,
They're
it is.
freeze drying candy, and I'm not all familiar with it, but I know it's like a trend now.
And I'm just
it's
impressed.
great. You put it in your mouth and just kind of.
Interesting. So is it like Jolly Ranchers and that hard candy, or is it more like chocolate?
Just like
we tried
small
Skittles.
Skittles. They were like
Okay,
small
so
Skittles.
so something you can chew.
Yes.
Not necessarily.
And it just kind of disintegrates in your mouth. Yeah. And then a young gentleman makes his own mixtures of tea.
Interesting.
And these are young men.
Interesting.
I'm just really impressed with them.
Using like science and technology to make art.
Yeah.
I love that. That's pretty cool. By the way, I'm showing my age again, but I wonder if they did it with a Werther's, how that would turn out.
Oh.
Because I do love a good Werther's. The Werther's
I love
caramel.
Werther's, yes.
Those things
I
are.
don't know if that would be conducive.
I
to
feel
that.
like you got to be over 50 to buy them now, but when you do have them, they're good.
I was just going to say I like them, but what were they?
Right.
Some of your grandparents did. We had a bowl of them sitting on a table somewhere.
Remember those?
My grandmother loved Mary Jane candy. I don't know if you remember that. It was a chewy caramel, do you remember Sugar Daddies back?
Yes.
They were like a precursor to those.
Oh, wow.
And I remember
Mary
Jane's. I know that sounds like marijuana nowadays.
Yeah,
but,
I wasn't going to say
that.
but
I
they
don't
were candy
remember that
called
either.
Yeah, but I just remember getting a couple and trick-or-treating.
Yes.
And then Grandma would be like, "No, give me the and I didn't care about them, so I'm like, have them all you want, Grandma. I want the M&Ms. I don't want the Mary Jane or whatever your ancient candy is."
Yes, exactly. A lot of our candy is coming back though.
It is. It's making a resurge here a little bit.
It sure is.
Yeah.
I have found some for my grandkids. We have these little cigarettes. You remember the little candy
Oh
cigarettes?
yeah, I remember those.
That you would blow out.
Yeah,
And the smoke
it would
come
make
out.
a little puff of dust or whatever.
Open
for
it
smoke.
up and it was gum.
Yeah. Get them from the ice cream man.
You sure did.
Yeah, I wonder why we were weird when we were kids.
What a horrible example. Here, smoke a cigarette.
Here, go smoke your candy cigarettes and play with your lawn darts.
Exactly. But we had the best music, though.
This is true. Well, we had to have something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. We're busy killing each other with candy cigarettes and lawn darts.
What a way to go. What a way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, this weekend, this Friday and Saturday, if you wait till Sunday, you missed.
Yep.
So Come out. Sundays for church and football. It's Friday and Saturday for holiday magic.
For holiday magic, absolutely.
Now, I understand you're allowed to break away from the show to go to the Wool Bowl Saturday afternoon, but then come right back afterwards
Right. Yes.
to get you some, I'd say pumpkin roll, but I don't know if they were going to be around by then, but get you some other the goodies, cookies, and all the other
Exactly.
good stuff, too. If anybody has any questions about anything, what's probably the best place to steer them? Would be online or a phone number? Or
We have our phone numbers. We also have at Holiday Magic at Outlook.com. They can reach us.
Okay.
At our email address.
And then, of course, you can always do, the Facebook Holiday Magic,
Yes,
and
right.
you can see all the information
And
there
Messenger,
that you need.
we have Messenger that they can go through on our Facebook page.
Good
And
deal.
they can just
Ain't
shoot us a
technology
message.
wonderful.
It is. It is when it works in
really
your
is.
favor.
It really is. Exactly.
But when it doesn't work just slightly, you're like that window's not big enough for you to throw it out of. But yeah, come out. If you've never been before, trust me. I'm a dude, and I don't care about
What
crafts.
day are you coming?
It'll be Saturday, because Friday I'm pretty swamped here. But
We'll be looking for you.
yeah, absolutely. But definitely come check it out. There's so many cool things. And a matter of fact, they've given me a few passes I'm going to give away here the next day or two. Be listening.
Awesome.
Be listening for your chance. I'm going to make you work for it. So hold on.
Exactly.
But yes, we'll be listening for your chance to get win a pass to which, by the way, again, because like I said at the very beginning, your admission fee, the $2 admission fee, that benefits many youth groups, again, including the Assurance Home, the First Tee of Southeast New Mexico, Royal Family Kids Camp, Christian Outreach Ministries, the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, the 4-H programs, and both of our high schools here in Roswell. Yes. All that admission fee benefits that. So I'll give you a free pass, but pay $2 anyway, because all that's going back to the kids.
Exactly.
So
that's exactly.
But
right.
if you can't afford that and you want to come and do a little Christmas shopping, so by all means, come and would love to have you come and do it.
Yeah.
So.
Mike, thank you for the opportunity.
Anytime. Thank you. And thank you for the cookies. Those will not last long.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I'm
Share.
glad you left them here, because if they're in that room, I probably wouldn't even see them.
We've already told the other guys are here, so share.
I would know to be honest, I wouldn't even know they existed, to be honest. They would have been gone and consumed and the evidence removed. Yeah. Right. What y'all been eating?
Yeah,
What's the
exactly.
crumbs there? Nothing. We found something on the floor. We ate it. Okay. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. And don't work too hard. Get some rest. I imagine Sunday's kicking your feet up day for you guys.
No,
I was like, no, we got.
Not really. We got to go clean
Oh,
up.
that's right.
afterwards,
So maybe Monday. Maybe by Monday.
Starting Monday.
Yeah.
We'll work out.
Well, some young backs want to help out cleaning up on Sunday.
That's exactly right. Give us a call.
Hey, maybe we can work for a pumpkin roll thing or something. Maybe. Hey, that's a
That
good.
means that you will come and
That's
help
good
us.
incentive. I might show up for that. That's a good incentive. I'm just saying. So. Thank you, ladies.
Okay. We appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you for your time,
we look forward to hopefully, maybe we should you should do it like a summer one, and then we just have you back in the summer to do this. She's like, no. Holiday magic in July.
Oh my goodness. Well,
ask Vera.
It's like, no, we're good.
We're good.
We'll see you guys.
All right, thank you.
It is 8:51. Let's pause for some news and commercials to pay for lunch. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Eddy County Commissioners have put their stamp of approval on last week's election results. The official canvass, as it's called, gives Democrat candidate Stephanie Garcia Richard a seat on the Public Lands Commission over independent candidate Larry Marker. A day before the canvass, Marker questioned the integrity of the election and voting machines to count write-in votes. He asked, unsuccessfully, that the Eddy County Commission delay certifying last week's results. Instead, county commissioners gave props to the county clerk for doing a good job in holding a fair and honest election. The New Mexico Oil Conservation Division has now fined OCP Operating Company tens of thousands of dollars after a natural gas facility near Artesia caught fire in October. The state claims the company failed to adequately report the incident. As an operator arrived to start up the station, he reported hearing a noise like an air leak, according to records, shortly after the fire started. The state says OCD failed to report the incident within 24 hours, which is required by state law, and also did not notify the agency in writing within 15 days. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty cold today. We have high pressure over the Texas Panhandle with cool air. We'll be staying in the low 40s for the Roswell area, upper 40s for Carlsbad, and mid 40s in Artesia. And then we may get an isolated shower by later on today. Clearing overnight and down to the mid 20s, and then we're in the mid 50s with plenty of sunshine coming up for Thursday, cloudy Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Prices at the wholesale level rose 8% in October from a year ago, the fourth straight decline, and the latest sign that inflation pressures in the United States are easing from painfully high levels. The annual figure is down from 8.4% in September. Walmart reported higher sales in its fiscal third quarter as more Americans look for deals, particularly in groceries. In the face of high inflation, the nation's largest retailer raised its full-year earnings outlook on the strong quarterly results. Also on Tuesday, Walmart agreed to pay $3.1 billion to settle lawsuits nationwide over the impact of prescriptions its pharmacies filled for powerful prescription opioid painkillers. Gas-electric hybrids were the most dependable vehicles sold in the United States in the past year, while big pickup trucks and fully electric automobiles performed the worst in Consumer Reports' annual reliability survey. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here, and I can tell you it's not always easy being a female in a male-dominated business like roofing. I remember one time I was at a meeting to bid on the roof for a local college, and it was me and 13 men. Well, I won that bid, and I'd like to win your business too. My dad was a contractor, and I've been around building and roofing my whole life. I'm licensed and bonded, and I've forgotten more about roofing than most roofers ever knew in the first place. But what really sets Trustmark apart is an obsessive attention to detail that ensures that everything goes smoothly the first time. I promise we will treat you right with respect, and we will make you happy. So yeah, it might be a bit odd for a woman to own a roofing company, but give us a try. Let us give you an estimate for your roof. I think you'll be glad you called. For all your roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili, perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
The average American takes 8 to 10,000 steps each day, and for those suffering from foot problems, each one can be agonizing. The podiatry team at Artesia General Hospital can help diagnose and treat foot and ankle conditions, including diabetic foot issues, arthritis, bunions, or other problems. Doctors Joseph Marino and Joseph Krupa are podiatrists specializing in wound care, fracture care, foot and ankle surgery, and more. Put your feet in good hands. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/podiatry APPT.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:57. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. We're going to have Trace Jolliffe join us with the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, give us an update on what's happening at the chamber there. If you miss any part of the show, I always want to remind folks that you can go and check it out at your leisure multiple ways. If you go to ksvptv.com, that's the mothership main source. You go there, and you'll find all of our videos. But we also have a Roswell Talk FM YouTube channel. You'll find links to all of our videos there. On our 106.5 Roswell Talk FM Facebook wall, we have links to all of them there. And by the way, those same link places are where you go if you want to check out Got It Rocket Football or Got It Rocket Sports on Video, Roswell Coyote Sports on Video, Artesia Bulldog Sports on Video. We got all of that covered there. By the way, if you just tune in, speaking of that, we do have playoff football for you this weekend. The Roswell Coyotes are in the semifinals, and they are going to take on Piedra Vista, the 3 seed. Roswell's the 2 seed. Piedra Vista's the 3 seed. Of course, Roswell got their win over the weekend and against Gadsden. What was it, 53-0, 57? I don't remember the final. It ended early. And so they will play Saturday, 1 o'clock at the Wool Bowl. As of yesterday, we have officially gotten permissions to purchase the rights for video streaming for that one. So we got one more football game to video for you, and it'll be that Roswell Coyote and Piedra Vista matchup here on Saturday. It'll be right here on the radio, 106.5, Roswell Talk FM. Pregame will start about 12:45 or so. Kickoff is at 1, and then ksvptv.com and the Roswell Coyote channel. Artesia Bulldogs also advanced to the semifinals with their win over the weekend. They traveled to Deming in the other semifinal matchup. That game will also take place same time, 1 o'clock Saturday in Deming. We do not have video permissions for that one. The folks in Deming bought them. The Cats Network, they're going to be doing it. But we have radio. So the Bulldog game we'll have for you on the radio at 990 AM and our FM translator in Artesia 93.7 FM, and then audio only at ksvptv.com there. So, but we got both games covered for you. And then, of course, we got NMMI football Saturday night. That will be on our, through the NMMI channel there on our Facebook and, of course, on RoswellsTalkFM.com. So we got it all coming for you this weekend. Busy stuff. All right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Time for some news. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason.
America's comeback starts right now.
Donald Trump launching his third campaign for the White House, making the announcement last night before a packed house at his Florida estate. White House correspondent Greg Clugston was there and says this may put Mr. Trump on a political collision course with Florida's popular GOP governor, Ron DeSantis.
The 45th president is the only one to formally launch a campaign so far, but DeSantis continues to gain increased attention from Republicans, especially after his easy re-election here in Florida. Trump has already begun to lash out at the governor publicly, and DeSantis shot back on the day of Trump's 2024 announcement. The governor said people should go check out the scoreboard from last week's midterm elections. Greg Clugston, Palm Beach.
The Texas chief executive says that if this ruling stands, it will be a disaster.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott is one of many today furious with a federal judge's ruling that ends a Trump-era border rule known as Title 42. A U.S. District Court judge ruled Tuesday that the measure removing illegal immigrants at the border was arbitrary and violated federal policy. The rule was enacted during the pandemic, allowing authorities to send border crossers back to Mexico due to public health concerns. Governor Abbott said the decision will tell cartels and criminals that an already porous border is now wide open. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says there were more than 230,000 border encounters in October, with the majority of the illegal immigrants coming from Cuba and Nicaragua. Tasha Stevens reporting.
NASA earlier today launching an unmanned lunar mission. This could pave the way for a return eventually of American astronauts to the surface of the moon. Watching Wall Street, stocks in the red. Right now, the Nasdaq is down 178 points, the Dow off 29 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
The power supply situation critical in war-torn Ukraine.
Ukraine's emergency services and technicians are working round the clock to try to patch up power networks, many of which were already badly damaged after more than a month of sustained Russian attacks. Ukrainians have had to adapt to blackouts, but the warnings are getting more acute. The electricity operator is urging people to stock up on water and charge devices when power is available. It also wants people to limit usage. It fears demands will place excessive strain on the network, with temperatures forecast to dip below zero.
That's a BBC's Danny Aberhart. A court in Berlin ordering a rerun of the German capital's 2021 state election because of severe election day glitches at many polling stations. The Constitutional Court of Berlin declared the original vote invalid, according to Germany's DPA news agency. News and analysis, townhall.com. On the verge of winning a majority in the House, now just a single seat away, Republicans choose their leader.
House Republicans elected Representative Tom Emmer, the chief of their campaign team, to be House Majority Whip in a closed-door conference vote, ending a closely fought race with Representatives Jim Banks and Drew Ferguson. The conference separately voted to elect Representative Steve Scalise as Majority Leader by a voice vote. Scalise had been serving as Minority Whip. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy was elected Speaker-designate. A vote on the House floor will eventually determine the speakership. Emmer won the race for House Majority Whip, the third-ranking post in the GOP majority, locking up a victory in what was considered the most competitive race in the conference. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
While in the Senate, Florida Senator Rick Scott is planning to mount a long-shot bid to unseat Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell. Scott tells his fellow Senate Republicans in a letter that if you simply want to stick with the status quo, don't vote for me. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. That thing always goes off right at the right time.
It does seem to have. My phone has better timing than I do.
As soon as I finish the line. What is that from?
It's a sound on my phone, but I'll tell you what it sounds like.
I feel like I've heard it somewhere.
If you ever watched the show Reading Rainbow when you were a kid.
Well, not recently, but
when you were a kid or younger. Do you remember when they would do the section between books, or they would have the kids introducing the books?
Yeah.
This week I read Blueberries for Sal, and they would tell the story.
Yeah.
And then at the end they would say, you can get this book or any book at your local library, and it would cut to the next kid, and between it was that transition sound. It's very much like that. It's
okay.
Ba-da-bow.
I kind of, now that you say that, but it was a higher pitch.
It was. It was a slightly different tonality.
Yeah. Now that you say that, you know what? I remember as a kid.
But that's what harkens in my head. That's what I think of.
I remember as a kid watching Reading Rainbow and getting uber excited because one of the episodes they were hanging out with the New York Islanders hockey team.
Ooh.
And so LeVar Burton dressed up got in uniform. I think they made him a goalie. And they took taking shots at him and all. And I was so enamored. Oh, they're doing hockey. That's the Islanders. Because I liked, there was a gentleman by the name of Pat LaFontaine.
Okay.
Who played for the New York Islanders. He was at the time, he was on the 1984 Olympic team. He was.
I actually know the name Pat LaFontaine.
He was one of the more prolific American hockey players that I was a huge fan of as a kid. Still am, but he's not doing much lately. He's retired, and I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. But I was a huge fan. He played for the Islanders at the time, so it was all. And I don't think he was on. I think it was another player, but because that back then the Islanders were good. That's when because they'd won 4 Stanley Cups. Like 1980, right around that time frame, and Pat LaFontaine showed up after that. But they had Mike Bossy, and I know no one cares about this, Billy Smith and Brian Trottier, and Dennis Potvin. Those years of there's 2 people that just got really happy when I said all that. Most of you don't care, it was back in those days. It was just like right after that period. So I was all excited about that. So sorry, Reading Rainbow and didn't started all of that.
But that was always the cool part was like, the episode would be themed. So all the books that the kids would read at the end or would do the book reports on would be like, in this case, hockey themed books or like books about sports teams or something along those lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You learn all about like a deep dive into one specific subject every episode.
Well, that's how I remember Reading Rainbow or that one episode's one that always stuck out in my head over the years. Like I couldn't remember any other, that one I remember from Reading Rainbow. So, but, how do I transition from that?
Actually, I think I might have a good transition.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we'll transition away.
Hold on. As soon as my phone decides to work on me, I will. That was kind of what I was going for. The timing would have worked out.
I had to update my phone this morning to the new iOS for Apple. And the only thing I see different is now the text are at the bottom, and now my time is all weird looking.
One of the most irritating things about one of the recent updates is they put the send button on my text thing at the bottom of the screen of my phone.
Yeah.
So now I inadvertently will send like half of a sentence in text form because my fat thumbs.
All right, here's our transition. That's the Reading Rainbow reading.
That's the actual Reading Rainbow sound. Yeah.
Oh man. Now I got the theme song kind of
don't
clamor in my head.
Don't. It's earworm. It is an earworm, and I'll be walking around all day today singing that song.
When does your Christmas deal start? Like with the Wham. Wham.
Officially December 1st.
December. Okay. What's it called?
Whamageddon.
Whamageddon. That's it.
Yep.
I was like Whamsgiving. What is it called again?
Whamsgiving.
Wham for the holidays.
And I'll be on my guard this year because I feel like all my friends are going to try to like take me out.
You think it's going to be saboteurs?
Oh, for sure.
If I wanted to, I could do it easy.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you have access to my headphones.
Yeah, he's sitting there wearing headphones. All I got to do is, hey, Sean, check this out. And then last Christmas.
And just unbreaking eye contact.
Like, how much of it do you have to hear for it to
Literally
count?
a note.
Just a note.
If it's the original by Wham and it's a note of the song, I'm out.
Okay.
I have to walk in like on Seinfeld. I'm out.
Now, do the people that win this game actually win it, or do they cheat?
I mean, here's the thing: if you're cheating,
it's an honor system.
Exactly. But if you're cheating at this game, how shallow are you? Like
a lot of shallow.
There's
people
nothing
out
at stake.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Like I'm not gonna suffer any kind of damage if I get out. But it's like if you feel like you need to win that bad that you're willing to lie to yourself to get it. I mean, okay, good for you. You needed the win.
I would say, yeah, it's ridiculous. But the older I get, the more I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of people who do that. They don't care.
What's hilarious about it is as you go like deeper into the game, people try to find caveats. Like, well, they were switching channels. And I only heard one note of it. I'm still in, right? Or
you out.
Yeah, you're out. They're just a bunch of these people trying to justify the fact that they should still be in.
It's like dodgeball. You're out.
Did the ball graze your earlobe? You're out.
That's right. That's right.
I've heard that sound effect for so many times on the internet.
Oh, the Reading Rainbow one?
Yeah, and I've watched Reading Rainbow, and I don't remember hearing that sound.
Did you get to the part where the kids are doing book reviews?
It was always at the end, yeah. They would do the book reviews, and in between the book reviews.
Or did you bail?
I probably bailed.
You bailed.
I was
You're
like
a
5 years old, so I probably fell asleep.
He's like, I don't need your recommendations. I read what I want.
Well, some of us had commodities and public television growing up, so that's what we had. I'd be sitting there eating my slice of commodity cheese. That never happened. Government cheese. And watching Reading Rainbow and Shining Time Station was another big one. Sesame Street was a huge one.
Have you eaten at the Wahlburgers yet?
No, still no. I've been to Rodoso since they've opened.
Well, on their burgers,
they have the government cheese. I saw
they
that.
list it as government cheese. It's the government cheese.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know this until later on in life. It turns out government cheese and Velveeta, exactly the same.
There you go.
Same consistency, same melt, same everything.
So, ergo, Velveeta is the man.
They've been feeding us government cheese and charging us premium prices for all these years.
You're busy at there.
We're breaking down the conspiracies. I got a whole red line map behind me.
You're busy eating your queso dip. Just paying the man.
Goes all the way up to the White House.
Put your Rotel in your man cheese.
Your man cheese. That's the worst way to describe Velveeta ever. Cheese. Oh, the man.
So I said it.
So Wahlburgers is still in Ruidoso?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're making money hand over fist, I'm pretty sure.
At the Buffalo Thunder?
Or? Oh, no, it's In the Mountain Gods.
In the Mountain Gods.
Buffalo Thunder's up north.
Right. Yeah, I get it mixed up.
And they have a Sbarro right nearby. Oh. So if you're like, hey, I don't want no burger, I want Sbarro.
Okay, I thought they were just visiting.
It's like a food court now.
Go bang bang. Just go Wahlburgers and then hit the Sbarro.
Yeah, it's they used to have the Gathering of Nations buffet there in the casino, and they shut that down during COVID. And they never reopened it. They turned it into a mall food court, which has Wahlburgers, Sbarro, a bar, some place to get Asian food, and some place to get like coffee and baked goods.
I gotta say that's kind of the move. Like when I went to Vegas, everybody was doing that. You know, and it's convenient because you're not stuck in. Well, I'm going to eat at a hotel restaurant, so it's going to be 3 times as expensive. No, you got options. You can have some Sbarro, or there was one that had an Einstein Brothers bagels inside of the Circus. You know, just.
Yeah, Ruidoso is the food place for me. Like
Circus. And I know you've talked about the Einstein's Bagel place. Like, if you want all of the bad images of Las Vegas, like the depressed clown, the circus music, and the depressing like killer clowns from outer, that's Circus.
I'm gonna do you one better, Michael.
Yeah,
Circus has all that vibe. Believe it or not, there's a place even scarier than Circus, and
it's more sad than scary.
I like how we went from talking about food to
Circus has a hotel behind it. That's it's like offshoot, it's like lower class rooms than they have in Circus Circus. And I've seen the hallways of this place. It is
like, I'm pretty sure hopes and dreams go to die at Circus Circus. That's like where they go.
Yeah, like somebody painted a clown on a concrete wall and the eye got scratched off over the course of 15 years.
That movie with Bobcat Goldthwait that came out in the 90s where he's the depressed drunk clown, that's Circus Circus in movie form. In my head, that's how I see it.
I lean more towards Dan Aykroyd in the Santa costume on the train instead of Trading Places.
Oh yeah, that
Trading Places.
But yeah, the one time I walked through there and spent a little $20, and I think we ate something while I was there too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is depressing." Like I felt
you just expect to hear off-note collide.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just waiting for like it. All I could think of is like a liquor store from the 70s, and old man with jeans on that are high waters, and he's got the white socks with the penny loafers while he's sitting there just banging out a slot machine with that cigarette with 8 inches of ash hanging off the end.
Couple quarters.
Yeah, that's the image I have of pretty much.
Is this
how
in Reynosa?
No, this is in Vegas.
Is in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
It's on the Strip. Like you have the Aria and all these high-fluting in their Circus Circus. And like Circus Circus was state-of-the-art 30 years ago, but they've never updated. They've kept it this clown theme, and it's just sad now.
But I'll tell you this. They got a great bagel place.
Thank you, Einstein.
There you go.
All right, let me give you the rundown for this hour. Everyone's leaving me. They determined he's done. We're leaving. Here in just a minute, we'll get you up to date with the weather. Then Trace Jolf is going to be joining us here with the Chamber of Commerce in just a few minutes. Give us an update on what's happening out over at the Chamber. They always got a bunch of events and things. So we'll get that update from Trace here in a bit. Then later on, we'll get you up to date with local news along with your town or Wall Street business update, your Hannity update, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty cold today. We have high pressure over the Texas Panhandle with cool air. We'll be staying in the low 40s for the Roswell area, upper 40s for Carlsbad, and mid 40s in Artesia. And then we may get an isolated shower by later on today. Clearing overnight and down to the mid 20s, and then we're in the mid 50s with plenty of sunshine coming up for Thursday, cloudy Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 41 degrees here in Roswell. Yeah, we're really near our high. It's not going to get much warmer. 43 is what they're saying, so we're almost there. Humidity at 41%. Winds currently out of the south at 9 miles per hour. As I said, partly cloudy, 43 for a high today. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 24 degrees. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. A little warmer tomorrow. Just for a day, though. Sunny, 56 for a high tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10. Thursday night, increasing clouds with an overnight low of 25. Winds out of the south, 5 to 15. That's bringing in colder temperatures for Friday. They're talking areas of freezing fog till about 11 tomorrow. Friday. And then mostly cloudy. Otherwise, high of only 39 on Friday. Winds out of the northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for the weekend, partly cloudy, high of 44 for Saturday. Mostly sunny, highs near 50 on Sunday. And then looks like for Thanksgiving week, at least those first couple days, upper 50s, pushing 60 by around Tuesday. So maybe it'll be a little warmer for your Thanksgiving week. All right, it is 19 minutes after 9. We're going to take a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk Roswell Chamber of Commerce business on the other side. Don't go away.
This Thanksgiving, Roswell Honda has knocked the stuffing out of the prices with a gravy boat load of savings across the lot that you gotta gobble up, like a 2022 Hyundai Accent for just $339 a month, or a 2020 Buick Encore for just $299 a month. Get a free 12-pack of Pepsi and a pumpkin pie just for stopping by, a turkey with a qualified test drive, and a $25 Albertsons gift card with purchase. And register to win a $400 Visa shopping spree to be given away Saturday, November 19th at 1 p.m. The November to Remember sales event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown. It's that time of year again. The 41st Annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Featuring a variety of handmade creations by artists, artisans, and crafters from New Mexico and Texas. Mixing returning favorites with many new exhibitors. This year's featured artists are Becky and Galen Bach from Midland, Texas, displaying their truly amazing creations in women's apparel. Plus, delectable treats, including the ever-popular pumpkin rolls and cookies by Deborah Lucas. Delightful mini donuts by Karen Hendricks, and delicious meals by Eli's Bistro. Enter to win great prizes, including an American flag, a cornhole game, a framed signed Gordon Snideout print, a beautiful cowl neck sweater, and even a $100 gift certificate to Pepper's Grill and Bar. Proceeds to benefit the Assurance Home, the First Tee of Southeastern New Mexico, Royal Family Kids Camp, 4-H program, and Roswell's local high schools. Admission is only $2. Kids 12 and under are free. The 41st Annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
Good day. I'm Jessie Jane Hale, the president of Student Council at Burndale Elementary School. I'm here today to talk about our Turkey Trot fundraiser. The Turkey Trot is to help raise money for end of the school year activities, field trips, and we're especially excited about a rock wall in our gymnasium. Our Turkey Trot will take place November 16th at Burndale Elementary School. We're accepting donations from sponsors. Their business logos will be on our website. We are also accepting cash or check made out to Burndale Elementary School PTA. Please help Burndale Elementary School achieve our goals.
If you suffer from pogonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, Trace Jolliffe back with us. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. A little cold.
It is a tad bit chilly.
But I'm good.
Well, question is heat and everything working properly in the chamber building, so like you're not freezing, or well, I guess wouldn't be sweating wouldn't be a problem right now, but no freezing issues.
No freezing.
Good, because we all know that building's been around a while, and sometimes the air does not cooperate.
No, the heaters work.
Good.
Heaters work.
Good. Well, knock on wood. Hopefully it stays that way. So, well, how are things at the chamber? Been pretty busy,
great.
I imagine, as we get into the holidays here.
Yes.
You guys are gearing up for a bunch of stuff coming
Yes.
up on the radar here.
Yes.
So, but yeah, just what's been kind of going on in the last couple of weeks here?
We sent out our magazine.
It is
so
out?
the holiday magazine should be hitting doors here very soon.
Okay, so maybe by the time you get home today, it might be sitting in your mailbox.
Maybe not that soon.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yes.
Depending on how fast the postal service
depending
does
on the
their thing.
postal.
But if you have an address in Chavez County, you're on the list to get.
Yes.
Now, if you don't get one for whatever reason, someone stole it or whatever,
call us.
Call and we can get you another copy, or if you're not on the list for whatever reason, we can get you on the list.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so look for those to come in your mailboxes here next, probably by the end of the week, if not
Hopefully
sooner.
so.
Good deal.
Yeah.
And so can we? I don't, obviously we don't want to spill the beans on everything, but is there any teasers we want to throw out there for folks that to look for in this edition Not episode. I'm back to TV and radio here.
We can make it an episode if you wanted to.
It's episodic.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a story about the Roswell Little Theater.
Oh, cool.
We have a 5-page story about recipes.
Oh, nice. So if you're looking for some tips and things to try this season.
They look so good.
Okay.
I need to make them. I just haven't gotten around
Gotcha.
to it.
Yeah, I get
They
it.
look so good.
Yeah, you just want the end game, really.
Yes, of course. And Santa gave us his phone number.
Oh.
So that's in the magazine.
So the hotline to get Santa and make your last-minute requests.
Of course.
Are there for folks, too.
Yeah, and
Good
coloring.
deal.
We have some pretty cool coloring pages, too. For all the kiddos.
Yeah, for the kids. And
for the kiddos.
Yeah, it's a cool little magazine. Don't throw it away if you get
No,
it.
don't.
Pick it up and give it a read. Put it, wherever you do your reading, whether it's in the bathroom or
Of course, yeah.
or in the living room, wherever you do it. Put it there.
There's
and for the
always
next
some
time.
cool information, and our people who do ads, there's a lot of cool ads in there this year.
Yeah, it's a lot of great just information about the people and the things to do here in Roswell and Chavez County.
Yeah.
So please take a gander when it comes in your mailbox.
Please.
Here. And of course, if you want to get involved in future ones, reach out and
of course
can help you take care of that too.
Yeah.
So good deal. Yeah, that's kind of her pet project is the magazine. That's her baby. Here, so very cool. So we look forward to seeing that here in a couple days.
I'm excited for everyone to see it.
Yeah, it'd be good. It'll be nice. So maybe slip it in a stocking if you find a good article or an idea for somebody. Slip it in there and say, hey, you should read this article. It's really got some good stuff that you should get me in there.
Yes. Circle it in like red pen.
Right.
Yeah. I've already done that to my husband.
I was about
It's
to
circled.
say, ladies, us fellas are not good at hints. We just aren't.
Yeah.
Subtle is not our move. You got to throw it, just straight up put it in our face.
Yes.
We don't do subtle. So you're going to save yourself a lot of headache once you realize that little nugget. That we're just not, doesn't reach our radar. Just doesn't. We're oblivious. But just an idea. So
yes.
Let's talk about some upcoming events and things.
Yes.
What do we got going on here?
We
wanna
have
let
a
folks
ribbon
know?
cutting on Friday.
Okay.
For the North Main Burritos and More location.
Oh yeah, that's been a long time coming.
Yes,
People.
the ribbon cutting's at noon.
Yeah, they're open now, by the way. So
Yes,
if you can't
they
wait for a
are.
burrito till Friday, go get one
Go
today.
grab one.
But I know for so many years, people on the North End were like, "Why isn't there a Burritos and More on the North End?" And your dream has come true.
Yes, prayers
It's
have
now
been
official.
answered.
Yes, so please, and it's what I like about it. I don't because I don't believe in physical activity, but I can walk to it if I need to because it's that close to my house.
This is a quick little hop, skip, and a jump.
That's right.
But you can get there.
But absolutely. So, but come on out Friday. What time is the ribbon cutting?
At noon.
High noon. Come
Yes.
and come hungry because imagine you want to grab lunch while you're there.
Of course.
Pick up a burrito or 12.
Or 12, yeah. Yeah.
And come see the new digs. I know they spent better part of a year or two renovating, remodeling, and getting that facility ready for this moment. And they've been open, I'm going to say at least a week or two.
I think so, yeah.
I think I noticed about 2 weeks ago that people were
Getting burritos.
People are getting burritos. Yeah, look at that. So
yeah.
So great. So come out for the official grand opening at the ribbon cutting this Friday, high noon.
Yes.
And come on out and come hungry and come and join us as we celebrate the new facility here and get you a couple burritos and have lunch. So
yeah,
awesome.
Fridays are a best day to treat yourself.
Yeah, and
So
by the
just
way,
go-
it's right next to the Town and Country, or not Town and Country, Stripes. I'm showing my age again. Stripes there on the corner of North Main and Country Club. It's like there's that Stripes in the corner. Right next to it is the Burritos and More place.
Yes.
Definitely. Good deal.
Yes.
So that's this Friday.
We have the Holly Magic.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Yeah, this is weekend, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, and we talked all about them. We had the
Right.
ladies in last hour, and it's at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds, Friday and Saturday. It's actually Friday 10:30 to 7:30, Saturday 9 a.m. to 5.
Yes.
So cost is only $2 to
I
get
know.
in. And I don't know if you're bulk at that. That's the fundraising part because that all the door admission that goes to youth groups, and they I'll give you the list again if you missed it, but it's the Assurance Home, the First Tee of Southeastern New Mexico, Royal Family Kids Camp, Christian Outreach Ministries, 4-H, and are both of our high schools, our local Roswell and Goddard high schools as well too. So So matter of fact, I've got like this week, I'm going to give away a free pass or two to get in, but you're kind of shortchanging the kids when you do that. So I'm just like, take the $10, to give $2 or make it 10 and give
donate it.
Yeah, give it to the kids.
Yeah.
So, and then save a little bit to buy pumpkin rolls and all the other good stuff.
Of course, you can't leave empty-handed when you go there.
If you do, you don't know what you're doing.
No. Yeah.
And you're going to regret it.
Yeah, for sure. There's a bunch of great stuff out there.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, that's this Friday and Saturday at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds out there.
Yes.
Vendor's entrance. That's the most south entrance. The one they usually don't let you go through during the fair. That's the one you're going to go through. So
you get special entrance this time.
Yeah, you get to come to the VIP entrance there. So big timing. So good deal. What's next?
The Winter Wonderland.
Okay.
That benefits Chavez County, CASA,
Yeah, that's
and
their
Artesia.
annual event. Yeah.
It's this weekend.
Good deal.
Yeah.
And so, and that's the Artesia.
The Artesia Children's Advocacy Center.
Okay, very good. So
yeah, it's going to be at First American Bank.
Okay, and they doing the trees and all that. Or, okay, very good.
And then tickets are $50, but that also includes food.
Awesome, very good.
You have silent auctions and
it's for the kids. That's kind of they've been doing it for years. That annual fundraiser, and so the idea is for you to kind of people donate beautiful trees and things like that, and we pay a lot of money for them to give back to the kids.
Yeah, it's all for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a really nice thing that they do every year. So get involved.
Yeah, we have coming up in December. We have the Season of Bethlehem.
Okay.
It's a live nativity scene.
No, I'm not familiar with this one.
It's brand new.
Okay.
December 1st to the 5th.
Okay.
And then the 8th to the 12th.
Okay. And where is this at?
2603 East Eisenhower.
Okay. Is it like a home or is it a...
I'm not for sure on that, but it's free entry in a live nativity scene.
Okay. So come and watch the scene.
And there's a bunch of other things you can do. There's hay rides.
It sounds like it's a beautiful, because everyone likes to, at least my family and a lot of others I know do this, once we get a little closer to Christmas and all that, you do your driving around and look at the Christmas lights and all that. This sounds like the nativity scene, something you can kind of, when you do that night to go, make you hit Eisenhower and go see the live nativity.
Yeah, you can feed the animals.
Yeah, it's actual a show and,
Yes.
The learning I'm guessing the true meaning of Christmas.
Yes. And also, they're calling all of their bakers. There is a gingerbread house and church contest.
Oh, to make gingerbread houses?
Or
church. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are they making it from scratch or do they give you the walls and the roof and it's game on?
From scratch.
Okay. Because every time I've done gingerbread houses, it's always been like at a little workshop and they kind of give you all the walls.
No, this is from scratch.
Okay.
And you have to, this one is using King Arthur flour.
Okay.
So the date is actually November 28th.
Okay.
So it's coming up
that's next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
And there's an adult category and a junior category.
Okay.
So, and you can come by the chamber to grab more information on that.
Get your application or get information on that.
Yes.
So if you like to do from scratch, because that's like I said, they were on,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar. It's more about decorating than making one. So they kind of give you the walls and the roof, and you use the icing to build it, and then you put all your gumdrops and candy and all.
Yeah, no, this one is.
This is hardcore. This is like a professional level gingerbread.
It's like
making.
the Hallmark movie.
Oh yeah,
like we're gonna decorate it, and then
yeah.
You never know what can happen.
Very good.
At the ending of a Hallmark movie.
So I'm curious if they're judging on taste or looks.
Yes, they are judging on taste
and looks,
overall appearance, and texture.
Okay. So it's got to taste good and look good.
Yes.
See, that's the other difference. Most gingerbread houses, because let's face it, I mean, someone might eat some candy off, but most people leave it there decorating until it gets so old that no one wants to actually eat it.
Yeah, they're like, we should probably throw this one away.
So taste is, not as a big deal. For this one, no, it's got to be fresh.
It's got to be nice so people can taste it.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
yes.
I think I'd like to be a fly on the wall and just watch it.
But all the houses and churches will be on display.
Okay.
At the event.
Okay, so you can kind of come and see.
You can go and
root
see
for your favorite. And pick your ones you like the most.
Of course, you can have your own little family contest. Yes.
Don't touch because they're being judged.
Yes.
Don't accident. I know that candy looks delicious on the chimney, but leave it there for the judges.
Because you never know. One of those things may have it crumble.
Exactly.
Like a loose brick.
Especially if you're a Mr. Bean type where something always goes wrong when you do the one thing and then it's no avalanches. I'm one of those people, and I know others are like that. So don't do it because you're gonna create a thing. It is. You're gonna be on an episode of a sitcom.
Yeah. And then we have the Wool Bowl coming up the first weekend of December.
Yes, and that's going to be. We obviously don't know the teams yet because that will be determined here. But yes, depending on it could be NMMI. Depending on it could be might be in a bigger bowl game. We don't know, but. That's December 2nd or 3rd. I remember off the top of my head.
December.
I can't remember. It's that Friday, if I remember right. Whichever date that is, December 2nd?
I think it's the 2nd.
Okay. Because I know we got the Wool Bowl that day, and then we've got the Red and Green game Saturday, which is the high school all-star game. So it's a busy weekend. So we got a bowl game.
And then we have a bunch of stuff going on Main Street.
Yeah.
That weekend too.
Yes, that's all with the Main Street.
Christmas
and all
at the
that.
movies.
Yeah, Christmas at the movies and Main Street Roswell. They've got they'll be in to kind of give us more details about that here soon. But so that's a busy weekend. You got to kind of come enjoy football, enjoy shopping. You have to do some plotting and planning to execute to get all the things in you want to do.
Oh, yeah. And also with that, the chamber is putting together gift bags for all the players.
Yeah.
And if people want to donate.
Are you still looking for items?
Yeah, we're still looking for items. Anything from 50 to 200 items.
Okay.
Stop by the chamber or call us, and we'll kind of.
And the kind of things you're looking at, these are college kids and they're some of their parents, right?
Well, it'll just be for the college kids.
Just for the kids, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't remember if some of the moms or
the
coaches
moms, we
or
have
something.
baskets for the moms.
Okay, cool. So they're getting something else.
Coaches,
but these are for the players. And,
yes, these are all for the players.
So think about what a college age boy would like, and those types of, and obviously, if you want it as a twist to give them a taste of New Mexico or promote us in New Mexico to them. But think about stuff that they would like. Obviously foods are always strong.
Of course.
But collectibles, not expensive things, but, pens, pencils, knickknacks, things that, paperweights, things that just cool little trinkets, whatever.
So they can look back in like 40 years,
like,
I got this when I was at the Wool Bowl in Roswell.
Exactly. Things that we kind of want to remind them of what New Mexico, their experience in New Mexico. So things like jerky and stuff. I know we're getting some of those donations. That all love it, great. But if you got a few things that maybe are more keepsake like that we can throw in the bag, love to have that too.
Of course.
But just call the chamber, reach out.
Yeah, just call us and
ask for any of the staff there.
Yep.
They'll put you in and say, oh, yeah, you got some stuff, bring it on by. We'll have you do it. But you're looking for about 150, 200 quantities of.
Yes, but 50, we're okay if you can't do.
As long as we can put it in some bags.
Yeah,
we just don't want like one and like, here you go.
Right,
It's like, no, we got 300 bags we got to fill.
Yeah.
So and trust me, they're all football players.
Yes.
So there is no food that's too big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to fit in the bag, but as far as them eating it, no problem.
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put a side of beef in there, like, all right, sweet.
All right.
Now, if you put a side of beef in there, I want it because I want one of those bags. It's going to my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what's the deadline you need that by? Because obviously,
we're going to try to be stuffing bags when we get back from Thanksgiving.
Okay, so looking like that
like
last
the
week
end of the week.
Yeah, so
this week would probably be the best.
Okay, so please get it in this week or reach out and
or like
make
let us
arrangements.
know.
Yeah,
yes.
get the arrangements done.
Because we got 3 people stuffing 200 bags.
Yeah, that's going to take. And I'm guessing if while you're hanging out, you want to be a 4th person stuffing bags.
Yeah, come on by and let us know you want to help us stuff bags.
Yeah, it's and then of course come on out to the actual Wool Bowl for the Wool Bowl on that Friday there. And who knows? It could be NIMI. I'm kind of like, it'd be neat if it's NIMI, but at the same time, I kind of want NIMI to go
to a bigger bowl game.
Yeah, like I want them to play for a championship again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't necessarily want to see them there, but it'd be awesome if they are.
Yeah,
but,
of
you know
course.
what I mean. But yeah, so but yeah, it's fun to watch and if you want to come see some JUCO football, junior college football. Like I said, we can't guarantee the teams yet, but we'll know obviously by December 2nd there. So, but it'll be at the Wool Bowl, December 2nd. What time's kickoff?
I want to say, they have tailgate before.
Okay.
So have a bunch of food and stuff.
Okay, the pre-gaming will start At what time? And then of course the kickoff.
Kickoff's at 6.
6 p.m. So probably tailgating, but about 4 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Very
You want to
good.
make sure you get there and get your seat.
Oh,
to
yeah.
watch the game.
Oh yeah, and that's fun. It's fun to come out, and if you've never been a game out at the Oval, it's a good place to go watch a game. It's a lot of fun, and of course they'll be busy this Saturday with playoff football and all that. So, and NIMI will be in action Saturday night out there, 6:00. So if you want to go see NIMI, go see them this Saturday. Because we'll have Roswell play playoffs at 1 Saturday, this Saturday, and then NIMI will take the to the field at 6. And
you can have a whole weekend of football.
Yeah, and then of course the bowl game on December 2nd here as well too. Good deal. What else do we want to? Or is that pretty much covered?
That's pretty much it. If you guys want to be members,
absolutely. Always looking for new members.
Of course, yeah.
And here's the thing I always say is, and I know, granted, we're talking to a Roswell audience predominantly, but we do have an online presence, and people outside of Roswell do listen to this show. And I would offer, if you do any kind of business in Chaves County,
call us.
Then you can benefit from being a chamber member, even if your business isn't in Chaves County.
Yep.
You know, if you do business here, then we can help you get word out to people here in Chaves County, make you connected, and help with all of that. And I love about the great thing about the chamber too is they can help you. Like obviously McDonald's and the big corporations, they kind of got their own marketing team. They got their own, they're good.
Yeah.
But people that are opening a shop up on Main Street or mom and pop or small business, the chamber has a lot of tools to help you. That is kind of a perk of being a member.
Yep.
So becoming a member and you're like, man, I don't have the budget for marketing, or I don't have the staff to do marketing, or those kind of things. Obviously depending on your levels of sponsorship, the chamber can help with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so especially with small business, you're focusing on your product, you're focusing on your bottom line, you're focusing on all that. And sometimes the things you need to do to promote your business take a back burner. And that's where the chamber can help with all that and say, all right, you focus on your making your widget. We can focus on getting people to see your widget and getting them to come and check out the widget. And so if you need that, the chamber's of a huge benefit there. And we do it through through technology, through social medias and all that, through the tried and true radio and newspaper and all the above. It's used, and the chamber kind of has that help where maybe you don't have the time or the inside to do that.
Yeah.
Or the money, the budget, because let's face it, I work in radio. I know buying an advertising campaign can be quite pricey, depending on how you buy it. And this can kind of mitigate some of that and give you more bang for little buck.
For sure.
It's a huge advantage. So especially for your small businesses, reach out. If you're not a chamber member, talk and see how they can help you, because it could be the difference between success and failure for a small business.
Yeah. And with that, we highlight our members in our magazine.
Mm-hmm.
We go do our local love
a lot
section.
of free shine and swag, and just the ancillary promotion that you can't do in a commercial. And what I mean by that is, this is why businesses do things for the community. Like when you go to an event, you see Excel Energy sponsored or Crumlin or something like that. They understand, because that they already at a point where, let's face it, Excel Energy, it's not like you shop around for your power. It kind of got what you got.
It's kind of there.
And so they're all about giving back and promoting, and so they use all that, and that's where the chamber can help you kind of do that. Not obviously because they spend a lot of money to do that kind of thing, where you can, hey, if you got a feel good story, or you've got a unique thing that's fun to Roswell or something, that gets spotlighted in the story, and that's the kind of advertising you can't put in a radio ad or a newspaper ad.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, look at this story of this person that did this here, there, and trust me, that's marketing gold if it's done right. And obviously Trace and the staff kind of have a bit of an idea on how to do all that.
Yeah,
so.
we really enjoy helping out the community.
Yeah.
And we have our website.
Yes.
We have all of the information.
The newly kind of revamped. And updated website here. Roswell, I always mess it up because it's close to the cities. It's roswellnm.org.
Yeah,
not .gov. It's roswell-nm.gov for the city, roswellnm.org for the chamber.
Yes.
No dash, no .gov. But if you don't remember that, Google Roswell Chamber.
Roswell Chamber of Commerce.
And of course, the two social medias they follow closest are Facebook and Instagram, right?
Yes.
Those are the two big ones. They also have a presence on Twitter, I think.
We do.
Yeah, but those are the two primary. So
yes, we're really active on Facebook.
So follow and like those if you utilize those, and that's a great way. And by the way, that's another resource to get connected. If you have a question about anything, whether it's I want to be a member or what time is the ribbon cutting, someone can answer that question for you there too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very and trust me, if you're kind of you're weighing expenses, and I get it. Every business is weighing that expense, and they're like, and they look at things like the chamber and say, is that money I need to spend right now, or is that money I need to put somewhere else in my business? And that's where the chamber can say, well, especially depends on what you're doing. If you don't have much advertising, then you probably should not get rid of your chamber membership, because that could, in essence, counterbalance your advertising budget there. So where you're not spending money on advertising, you're saving it by using the chamber there. So I know I just kind of short sold my people on my streets, but don't, but what I mean is there's so many ways to get more bang for your buck. And I know some people kind of look at it and it's like, is that an expense? There's a lot more there. And if you're one of those people, you're like, is my chamber money the worth? Go talk to them before you say no or
give
yes.
us a call.
Because what might be the problem is you don't realize that you've got all these benefits and things that you aren't even utilizing or taking advantage of. Come on down, and we might be able to save you some money in other ways and places where you're like, oh, I could have done this through the chamber. Well, why am I paying this guy to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we can help with that. So please, if you're a member and want to talk about benefits and all that, please call. If you're a person looking to be a member, please reach out and talk about this. This is that's what the staff does, and they sit there and cater to the clients that are members of the chamber.
Yeah.
Very good. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to say or do, or
I don't think
anything we
so.
just kind of spaced out on? So come on out this Friday for the big ribbon cutting, high noon at Burritos and More. They're on North. What's the actual address? It's on North Main next to Town and I keep saying Town and Country Stripes.
I remember it as Town and Country.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The Stripes there, North Main and Country Club there. So it's right there on North Main. I remember. It's something North Main. I just don't know the actual address there. But oh boy. That's another can of worms. It's not important, but we had a discussion yesterday, and it's the one everyone has, and it's about Die Hard being a Christmas movie. And I'm team not Christmas movie, and everyone's disagreeing with me.
I'm team never seen it.
Wow. It's if you like action movies and Bruce Willis, and you're gonna love it. But there's a lot of people because the movie takes place during Christmas.
Yeah, I was like, it takes place in December.
That's the only thing that makes it close to being a Christmas movie. None of it has anything to do. By the way, and this is where I tell people this is why it's not a Christmas movie. When Die Hard was released, it was released in the summer as a blockbuster movie. If it was a Christmas movie, they would have released it in December. It was not released in December. It was released in the summer. Therefore, not a Christmas movie. Sorry. Much as you want. Because using the logic they use, anytime you mention Christmas in a movie, it's a Christmas movie. They talk about Christmas in Goodfellas. Do you think Goodfellas is a Christmas movie? I don't think it is. But that's the logic these clowns are doing.
Yeah.
So, sorry. That's a different discussion. So, I know there's people yelling at me. It is a Christmas. No, it's not. Sorry. You can wish it all you want, but it ain't. It came out in the summer.
Yeah.
All right. That's another fight I'm fighting. Fighting the good fight. All right. Well, there you go. Well, as always, appreciate the visit. I'm sure you got a few things to work on here back at the office. So let's you do that for Andrea yells at you. Why didn't you do it? Because I'm busy doing the radio.
She would never yell.
I know. Never. So very good. Well, thank you as always.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you between now and then. Enjoy lots of turkey or whatever you're going to eat on Thanksgiving.
I'm excited. We're having steak.
Ooh, nice. I love good steak.
And then a traditional Thanksgiving later.
Nice.
But Thanksgiving Day is steak.
Cool. I'm all about steak and turkey.
We can have both. Yeah.
Like, throw ham, throw steak, throw turkey, throw fish. I don't care.
Yeah.
Put it all out there. I'll eat it all. Make it a buffet. I'll eat every single piece of it.
I'm excited. I'm excited for sure.
Absolutely. Are you going to see family? Or
yes. I'm going to go see
Are they here local?
No, we're gonna. Me and my husband are gonna take the long journey to Texas.
Okay.
To go see my family, and then we'll be back.
All right, good deal.
To do Thanksgiving here.
Is it Central, East, West Texas, or
well,
like Dallas area?
No, it's Canyon.
Okay.
Repping the Buffaloes.
Oh, okay.
Go Buffs.
Nice. Okay, so you got a few hour drive there.
Oh yeah, but I get to see family, so I'm excited.
Good. Is that where you're from?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Excellent. So, so is your husband from there too, or is he from
he's from here.
Okay.
He's born and raised in Roswell.
Okay, very good. Does his family here?
Yes, they are.
So is it dueling like Christmas you'll be here? Or
yes.
I get it. Young couples, new couples, there's always the fight.
Yeah, we've only been married 5 months.
Yeah,
so.
See, new couples, that's the fight. It's whose parent, and the parents don't help because they both secretly want you, and they just kind of guilt you into trying to go. Trust me, I know the whole rigmarole. So
I have great family on both sides. So
they're understanding.
Yes.
Good. Let's see how it is in 5 years. Let's see. They might get a little dirty. Just saying.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you, Trace.
Of course.
We'll see you, and a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy it. We're in Texas and in Roswell.
Yes.
So, good deal. All right. It is 9:51. Let's take a pause for news and your Hannity update. Quick break as well. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Eddy County Commissioners have put their stamp of approval on last week's election results. The official canvass, as it's called, gives Democrat candidate Stephanie Garcia Richard a seat on the Public Lands Commission over independent candidate Larry Marker. A day before the canvass, Marker questioned the integrity of the election and voting machines to count write-in votes. He asked, unsuccessfully, that the Eddy County Commission delay certifying last week's results. Instead, county commissioners gave props to the county clerk for doing a good job in holding a fair and honest election. The New Mexico Oil Conservation Division has now fined OCP Operating Company tens of thousands of dollars after a natural gas facility near Artesia caught fire in October. The state claims the company failed to adequately report the incident. As an operator arrived to start up the station, he reported hearing a noise like an air leak, according to records, shortly after the fire started. The state says OCD failed to report the incident within 24 hours, which is required by state law, and also did not notify the agency in writing within 15 days. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Now, we all know why Joe bailed out. Joe was exhausted, so tired. Could barely keep his eyes open the whole day. It was terrible. Anyway, White House official did stress that he didn't have COVID. Nobody's asking if he had COVID. Why did he change his schedule at the last minute and bail out on a gala dinner, a China Summit gala dinner, where he was to be the guest of honor? That's the question, and they don't have a good answer for it. So, what's Joe now going to do? What is polling going to do? What is NATO going to do? Some of you might disagree and say we should just stay out of it. I just don't think he's up to the task of dealing with any of this. That's the problem.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
There's something about the cooler weather and something about fall that makes you want to make your house feel like a home. Now, that's why my fall project is getting new custom window treatments from my friends at Blinds.com. Now, Blinds.com has a premium selection of blinds and shades and shutters and drapes. Shipping is always free. Now, go to Blinds.com right now and save up to 45% off site-wide. Up to 45% off everything when you go to Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty cold today. We have high pressure over the Texas Panhandle with cool air. We'll be staying in the low 40s for the Roswell area, upper 40s for Carlsbad, and mid 40s in Artesia. And then we may get an isolated shower by later on today. Clearing overnight and down to the mid 20s, and then we're in the mid 50s with plenty of sunshine coming up for Thursday, cloudy Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The volleyball season ended this past weekend. Goddard Rockets, the state champs, and it doesn't take long before the postseason awards start rolling in these days really quickly because the All-Star game for seniors takes place the very next weekend. So this Saturday, it'll be the All-Star games at West Mesa High School in Albuquerque, and Goddard had two of their seniors selected. Alyssa Benavides at outside hitter. She had 189 kills on the season. Also second in the team in aces, serving aces with 37. And Sophia Valdez, at middle blocker, 393 kills and 78 blocks. The big school game will take place at 2 o'clock this Saturday afternoon. Goddard finishes with a 23-4 record and the Blue Trophy. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Target reports an uptick in third quarter sales while posting a 52% drop in profits.
The retailer was forced to further discount its merchandise to entice inflation-squeezed customers. Given the current environment, Minneapolis-based Target lowered its sales and profit outlooks for the fourth quarter, which includes the critical holiday season. The discounter also said that it will be slashing expenses for a total savings of $2 to $3 billion over the next 3 years.
Correspondent Jeremy House. Retail sales rose 1.3% last month compared to the month before. The increase was led by car sales and higher gasoline prices. Still, excluding autos and gas, retail spending rose 0.9% in October. Adjusted for inflation, spending increased at a solid pace. Prices rose 0.4%. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here, and I can tell you it's not always easy being a female in a male-dominated business like roofing. I remember one time I was at a meeting to bid on the roof for a local college, and it was me and 13 men. Well, I won that bid, and I'd like to win your business too. My dad was a contractor, and I've been around building and roofing my whole life. I'm licensed and bonded, and I've forgotten more about roofing than most roofers ever knew in the first place. But what really sets Trustmark apart is an obsessive attention to detail that ensures that everything goes smoothly the first time. I promise we will treat you right with respect and we will make you happy. So yeah, it might be a bit odd for a woman to own a roofing company, but give us a try. Let us give you an estimate for your roof. I think you'll be glad you called. For all your roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
December 17th is National Wreaths Across America Day. On this day, wreaths are placed on the graves of fallen veterans around the country. Locally, American Legion Post 61 has a goal of placing 300 wreaths on the graves of veterans in Roswell, with special attention paid to veterans at Memory Lawn Memorial Park. Please help American Legion Post 61 by sponsoring a wreath this holiday season. Cost is only $15 per wreath, but the important thing you need to know is to get your sponsorship in by November 29th. Log on to roswelllegion.org to sponsor a wreath today. Thank you for helping support our mission.
This is an important message for everyone on Medicare. The Medicare annual election period ends December 7th, so right now is the only time to make changes to your Medicare coverage. Medicare can be very confusing, so now is the time to visit Medcare Senior Insurance Solutions, an insurance agency that offers Medicare health insurance plans. Contact Jeannie Muse at Medcare Senior Insurance Solutions, 110 West Country Club, across from Bush Appliance. Remember, the annual election period ends December 7th.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your day. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Take care, everybody.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
As expected, former President Donald Trump has launched his third campaign for the White House 1 week after the midterm elections. He made the announcement before an audience of several hundred supporters at his Mar-a-Lago club, where he stood flanked by American flags and banners bearing his Make America Great Again slogan. His decision to run again paves the way for a potential rematch of the 2020 election. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
President Biden has said he intends to run for re-election despite concerns from some in his party over his age and low approval ratings. Trump also faces obstacles, including a possible long list of GOP challengers. If it comes down to Biden and Trump, age will be a factor once again.